press conferences, and so many times we've heard that, I love the guys in that room. These guys, we're all such good friends. Personally, as a fan and as a former player, I don't care about that. I want to know that every day they're doing everything they have to do to be better. Like, if let's use the Florida Panthers as an example. I know they're the Florida Panthers, but let's use them as an example. If they were playing the way we're playing the Leafs are playing right now, do you think Brad Marchand, do you think Matthew Tkachuk are going to that room talking about how much they love each other?
No.
Or do you think that they're going in that room holding players accountable, understanding what needs to be done? I am not in the Leafs room. I don't know if there are players doing that. So I can potentially need to give them credit. Maybe they are having these conversations. We're not seeing them. But they're not showing it on the ice.
We'll set up the opening face-off for you next. This is Leafs Game Night on TSN 1050, the iHeartRadio app, and the Leafs Radio Network.
Wherever Canadians raise a glass, you'll find Molson. There's a good reason for that. When you've been in Canada for over 230 years, you get around in the cups and fridge.
I want to know I can lose this weight. I want to hear you are not alone. I want clinically proven weight loss solutions. I want a plan that's tailored to me. I want to enjoy my life again. I want to lose the weight for good. For the best weight loss plans, you want Novant. Take the first step at novanthealth.org/weight loss now. That's novanthealth.org/weight loss now.
Ah, the Florida coast. Vrbo has over 57,000 exclusive vacation homes on the Florida coast. That's 57,000 vacation homes Airbnb wishes they had. Make it a Vrbo for your next Florida coast trip.
The fine people who make Maryland's beer, wine, and spirits hired the best local spokesman, me, a singing crab. Don't think I can sing? Hold my beer and wine and spirits.
From the mountains to the shore, you deserve the best of pours. Make mine a Maryland.
That's right. Find your pour at MakeMineAMaryland.com.
The biggest series are on Crave. Right now, get up to 40% off Crave annual plans for your first year and start streaming the latest HBO originals like It, Welcome to Derry.
What did you see? A clown.
Plus, this January, a new season of the Max original, The Pit.
And so it begins.
And 100 years before Game of Thrones. New series, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Get up to 40% off Crave annual plans for your first year. Offer ends December 1st. Terms apply. Visit crave.ca/Black Friday offer.
The biggest songs in the world. You've heard them countless times. Now, learn the details of how they came to be. Join Ruby Carr for Encore, the stories behind the songs you love. New interviews and newly unearthed archive footage make for a fascinating weekly deep dive. Stream Encore, the stories behind the songs you love on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts.
This Leafs team so far, not like last year's team, and that's not a good thing. Worst in goals again, struggling to find defensive structure in a losing skid now 3 games long. No Austin Matthews tonight. Stolar's out as well. Will anybody step up tonight? Well, let's find out. Molson Canadian Leafs hockey starts now.
It's time for Molson Canadian Leafs hockey on TSN 1050 and the Leafs Radio Network. The Leafs live here.
Welcome back inside Scotiabank Arena. Welcome to Molson Canadian Leafs hockey on TSN 1050 and the Leafs Radio Network. Jim Taddy alongside Cameron Gauntz. And later on, Bonesy and Ralphie will take over. Starting lineup, Tavares centering Nylander and Nyes. Domi centering McMann and Robertson. Waugh centering Michelli and Joshua. Lorentz centering Yarncroke and Blay. On the blue line, Riley Carlo, Benoit McCabe, OEL, and Mermis are the pairings. Hildeby is the goaltender, so no Stolars, and Austin Matthews is out. When you see how this is configured, Cameron, what do you think?
I'm really looking forward to seeing the second line. They've got a line of guys who have, at different times of the year, had that audition with the first line, had that audition with the second line, but now they've got construction all together on the second line. I'm excited to see how they do as a group, who's going to be the one carrying the line, who's going to be the one really taking the bull by the horns in the offensive and in the defensive zone.
I mean, really, when you look at that first line, Tavares between Nylander and Nyes, that has been a second line in the past, so if you took the entire first line out drop the player down. I mean, that's what you have here. I'm going to circle Dakota Mermis on the blue line. What do you like about him?
I like about him is that you know what you're getting from him every night. He plays an honest game. He's played it his whole career, whether it's the American League, the NHL. He keeps getting opportunities with NHL teams because they know what they're getting from him. He's a wonderful guy in the room. He's a wonderful guy on the ice and on the bench, and I think that's going to attribute to how well he's going to play tonight.
So the goaltending, Hildeby starts. Akhtiyamov has been recalled from the Marlies. He will be the backup. Stolar's out. Wall still working on his game with the Marlies, who are in Grand Rapids again tomorrow night. Hildeby has looked good, hasn't he?
Yes, he really has. He's a guy who's never is going to be one day goes by that he's not going to be the hardest working guy at the facility, and I think that's starting to show through. His teammates can see what he does off the ice, and it seems like they're just getting that much more confidence in him. The more you're around the players as a goaltender, the more they're going to get comfortable with you.
So it's kind of a repetitive observation. You look at the bottom six here. For years, looking for consistent offensive contributions, still looking.
Yeah, they've got that third line back together, and again, I think they've had some offensive opportunities. His play has been improving. Joshua's finding himself a bit. Waz got that third line center spot locked down. We're hoping that with this line being together again tonight, some of that comfortability, some of that just being around each other, now familiarity is going to show through in the offensive zone.
Very quick thought. I like Sammy Blais.
So do I. I think he can keep bringing the same game, keep bringing that physical presence, and again, like we talked about with Mermis, he knows what he is, and hopefully he can continue that.
The opening faceoff is next. This is Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on TSN 1050, the iHeart Radio app, and the Leafs Radio Network.
Why do I love getting my last-minute gifts at Shoppers Drug Mart? Well, lots of stores, many open late, great selection of gifts, and let's not forget the PC Optimum points. I get gifts for them.
Back for more, I see.
Trust can be a killer.
The ultimate battle of wits and deception, where every move could be your last.
The Traitors Canada, all new Tuesday at 9 on CTV. Stream next day on Crave.
I want to know I can lose this weight. I want to hear you are not alone. I want clinically proven weight loss solutions. I want a plan that's tailored to me. I want to enjoy my life again. I want to lose the weight for good. For the best weight loss plans, you want Novant. Take the first step at novanthealth.org/weight loss now. That's novanthealth.org/weight loss now.
I'm Luke Wilson. Join me each week for Film Never Lies. Since retiring from the NFL, I've had a lot on my mind, and now I've got my own show. So if you're tired of lazy takes, if you want honest conversations, join us each week. Film Never Lies, available on all TSN platforms and the iHeartRadio app.
Oh, triple treat, how lovely are your pizzas. The Triple Treat Box from Pizza Hut is back. 2 medium pizzas, breadsticks, and dessert starting at $19.99. It comes in a festive box, and it's the only meal that holidays as hard as this song. Oh, triple treat, heck yeah, we gonna eat some. The Triple Treat Box, available for a limited time only at Pizza Hut. Feed good times.
Hey, Tom Selleck here. I believe one of the most important things you can have in this life is freedom. Freedom to live your life the way you want. That's why for generations, millions of Americans have turned to gold and silver for their financial freedom. I had a friend tell me about Goldco, and it turned out they were just what I was looking for. If you want to learn more, visit TomLikesGoldco.com. I think you should give them a try. That's TomLikesGoldco.com.
Started with their idea. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. Our services include professional materials needed to showcase your invention and 3D animation and prototype modeling that help you demonstrate your idea. Get down to the details of your idea with a technical drawing. The InventHelp Databank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Take advantage of the opportunity to get started today.
Call 1-800-353-6013. That's 1-800-353-6013. Again, 1-800-353-6013.
The Northern Super League is Canada's first pro women's soccer league, and the NSL Final, presented by Toyota, hits BMO Field on November 15th. See the best in Canadian.
Crave is home to the most talked about homegrown originals.
Will we seeing each other or what?
Like the bold new drama, Heated Rivalry.
This is such a bad idea.
Based on the best-selling book series about hockey's steamiest secret between two of the sport's biggest stars.
You're not gonna tell anyone about this, are you?
Heated Rivalry. Streams November 28th, only on Crave. Proudly Canadian. Subscribe now at crave.ca.
You want it.
The Leafs have lost 3 games in a row, and the world is coming to an end. It is time to pack up and go home. This season is only 14 or 15 more games. Oh, wait a minute. It's November. All things can change. But boy, there has to be some major improvement in one area.
Yeah, it may not be the end of the world, but GPS, it's popping up on the map. They've got to get back to some sort of semblance of team play. And, you know, here you've got a situation. Your number one goalie's out. Your number one defenseman's out. Your number one centerman's out. Well, guess what? You want to be successful in the playoffs, you need more than 3 guys. So here's a good chance of everyone else chipping in and playing a style of hockey that's going to develop some character. I will say this. I don't think the game in Boston was as bad. They took dumb penalties in the first period. They played for it. Stolarz had an off night, an off opening 20 minutes. And I thought the last 40 minutes they battled pretty hard, got back to within 1 in the third period.
So we'll see what happens. We're ready as the puck is set to be dropped, and it is, and we're underway, and glad you're along with us. Kings to the left and the Leafs to the right as it comes up on the left wing to Tavares, looking for Nylander, but the defenseman was in the way and intercepted that, and now Doughty gets it up on the wing, and Fiala will play it back to him. The veteran Drew Doughty coming to center with a pass in on the left wing for Fiala. He gets it around back of the Leaf goal, pumped around the boards then by Riley. It'll come back the other way. Brandon Carlo with time and space got it ahead for Nylander, and Nylander coolly brings it to center and flips it in on the wing for Tavares. Tavares with a pass that was in behind the net instead of in front of the goal, and now here the Kings breaking back the other way. Fiala gets it across the line, tied up there, but the puck goes back on the wing, and it is pumped around back of the net. Riley banking it off a body to center, and the Leafs are going to get a change, and so are the Kings as they backhand it down into Toronto territory. Jake McCabe to his defense partner, up on the wing for Roy, a pass ahead for Nyes. Nyes drops it back, and then the pass at center is turned over and brought in over the line now by Adrian Kempe, and the shot deflects and goes up into the screen and out of play. If nothing else, this should be an entertaining match, because these two teams are among the worst in the league at giveaways. Utah has 18.8 per game. The Maple Leafs 17.6, but LA is 17.5. So the guy all the times here tonight.
A great Canadian giveaway.
Oh, hey, that's a, you know what? No, that's a slogan for an ad. I think you can do something.
I think I stole that.
Oh. Shot from the point goes wide of the Leaf goal. Kept in by Grant Clark and around back of the net. The Leafs get it up on the wing for Michelli. He can't get it by the defense, but now they do. And up on the right side, it's played to center ice for Roy. He'll play it into the far corner. And Karam's back of the net. Michelli got there, and so did Roy to knock it down. Back to the point it comes. OEL can't do anything with it but send it around the boards into the near corner. Good hit there by Roy to take his man Armia to the boards. And the Kings trying to work it out, get it out at center and to the center ice red line, but they turn the puck over, and it is shot back into the LA zone by Dakota Joshua. Now centering pass, and Domi got a quick wrister away. That was swallowed up by Darcy Kemper, who gets the start in goal for the Los Angeles Kings. And Dennis Hildeby is in goal for Toronto. Arders Akyamov, who has not played an NHL game, is the backup coming up from the Marlies here tonight with Stolarz on the injury list.
I don't think when Dennis Hildeby got called up a week ago that he thought he would be playing in 4 straight games. And that's what it is. He'd only played in 5 with the Marlies before the recall. Well, we did like Akyamov in the preseason, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
In the games that he got in.
Yep. Puck remains in the LA zone. Domi in the far corner. Got it back to the point. Riley trying to get a shot at the net. Missed it just by an inch. He'll get it again at the near point. This time he sends it around the boards into the far corner. Domi got there first to play it back at the net, but McMann had gone to the front of the net. And the Kings get the puck out at center ice on a nice play, a diving play made by Fogle to control the puck, and LA gets it back to the blue line. Cody Ceci with a shot that went wide of the net. And now here's McMann lugging it out at center, trying to one-hand it down into the zone, and he's done well to do that before heading to the bench. Approaching 3 minutes played in the first period. No score, and glad you are along with us. The Leafs are 7-4-1 on home ice, but the Kings have been road warriors. They're 7-1-2 on the road this year. Turning in the Toronto zone is Samuel Blais, who gets it up at center, and it is Lorenz backhanding it down into the zone. Yarncrook couldn't come up with it. Out come the Kings to center ice. Corey Perry, the veteran, with a long shoot-in, blockered into the corner by the Leaf netminder. Blais on the far boards, looks to make a pass. Kind of a blind one to the near side, but defenseman Benoit is there. He'll get it to center and to the line, and brought into the LA zone then by Kevin Fiala to regroup. Fiala dropping it off. Up on the right side now for Laferriere. He gets it in around back of the net. Byfield getting it back to the point. Long shot, big pad save, and a rebound is fired wide of the goal. Good save by Hildeby, but he was almost the architect of his own demise with a large rebound out into the slot.
Yeah, it was very deep on that too, Joe. Just about a foot off the goal line.
Kings get it back out at center ice, in across the line. Into the slot, and a shot that whistled wide of the net. And a penalty is coming here to Toronto. They work it down into the corner, and as it's touched by Nylander, play will be whistled dead.
This whole earlier the opportunity started. Matthew Nyes was the high forward and gambled to try to keep the puck in. It was chipped past him, and that led to the 3-on-2.
Number 91, 2-minute minor, slashing.
So Johnny Tavares is the guilty party going to the penalty box. And oh boy.
You know what? I think this year you have said that more than any other year I can remember.
You know the good thing is?
What?
I haven't said what I wanted to say. No.
Well, it is a family radio program. At the blue line, a wrist shot deflects wide of the Leaf goal. Grabbed off by McCabe, and he's going to get it elevated on the backhand and send it out and down the ice. Kemper will leave it back at the net for Adrian Kempe.
25th in the league. The LA Kings 9 for 54 on the power play.
An errant pass turns into an icing. And it'll be brought back. Kendrick Nicholson and Brandon Blandini are the referees. Devin Berg and Shander Alfonso are the linesmen tonight.
You try not to wear the blue and white sunglasses when you're doing games, but watching again, the Zadorov hit on Austin Matthews. It's just, you know, I'm trying to take the Toronto player being hit out of it, but how that is not a penalty. You know, I thought it was something, Joe, they actually could have called 5 on and then reviewed it and even said it wasn't a penalty or it was a 2. But
yep.
Boy, imagine if that was Connor McDavid.
Oh, yeah. Right wing side for Corey Perry. The veteran gets it back to the blue line. Kempe gets a return pass high in the slot off onto the left wing side. Perry is stationed in front of the net, but the puck was around back of the goal. Byfield on the near side. Quentin Byfield back to Kempe onto the left wing side. Back to Kempe. Here comes the shot in traffic. That got through, and a pretty good save made by the goaltender, and then a half-hearted clearing attempt by Carlo was kept in. He had time to rattle that off the far boards and get it out. Byfield shot. That hits the side of the goal. Leafs unable to control it.
It took me a while to get this, but Corey Perry is the third most playoff games played in NHL history. 237. You name the 2 that are ahead of him. We'll think about that next break.
Wow. Yes.
That's a good one, isn't it?
What is it ever? Well, it's got to be obvious. I was going to say it can't be one of the old guys because they didn't play enough games, but count the Montreal Canadiens and Richard and people like that. You might be there.
It's actually a little later.
All right. Here's Doughty keeping the puck in for L.A. A point shot. Didn't make it through. And a clearing attempt is bunted out at center ice. Tavares trying to get to it, but it's knocked away from him and into the L.A. bench to go out of play. 13:08 to go. Scoreless first period. That's great news. But the Leafs have been outshot 5-1 thus far in the first period. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Hey, it's James Duffy for McAlpine Ford in Aurora. The best sales and service you will find anywhere.
Jimmy, step aside.
Oh, what are you doing? I'm recording the commercial.
I want to know I can lose this weight. I want to hear you are not alone. I want clinically proven weight loss solutions. I want a plan that's tailored to me. I want to enjoy my life again. I want to lose the weight for good. For the best weight loss plans, you want Novant. Take the first step at novanthealth.org/weight loss now. That's novanthealth.org/weight loss now.
Get $15 back just for taking care of your vehicle. For a limited time, when you purchase any 5 quarts of Valvoline motor oil at Advance Auto Parts, you'll receive a $15 Advance Auto Parts gift card. A simple way to keep your vehicle and your wallet running smoothly. Thanks to Valvoline and Advance Auto Parts. Offer valid 10/30 through 12/3/25. Must be 18 or older to enter. Limit 6 per household. Open to all 50 U.S. states, D.C., and Puerto Rico. Visit promotions.valvolineglobal.com/advance/gift card for complete details.
Back for more, I see.
Trust can be a killer.
The ultimate battle of wits and deception, where every move could be your last.
The Traitors Canada. All new Tuesday at 9 on CTV. Stream next day on Crave.
Joe Bowen along with Jim Ralph, Jim Taddy, and Cameron Gauntz, who went to school with young Sean Bowen, who was sitting up here with us.
Which school?
Reform School. Markham District Secondary.
They're going to say that, or Charm School.
They had trouble learning the gazintas. Were you good at the gazintas, Mr. Ralph?
Math? No.
No. Yeah, 2 gazinta 4 twice. 3 gazinta 6 twice. Here the Kings getting it across the line. Fogle got it back to the point along the boards for Trevor Moore. He loses it to Riley, who pushes it ahead, and Nyes with some skating room brings it to center and then shoots it in, but it'll be cut off by Darcy Kemper, who plays it around on the far side. Getting his hands up to block that was Tavares. I'm not so sure it wasn't a glove pass. He looked like he had just been arrested.
Moore took away the extra point.
Yes. Played around back at the net, far side. Chipped on the boards then by Domi. McMann couldn't get it out for him. Benoit will push it up on the boards, and now McMann gives the puck away, trying to get it to Domi, but then steals it back, and he's got a break on the left wing. McMann is in on goal, shooting, scores! He's going to get a giveaway, and then an unassisted goal right after the giveaway.
Pretty selfish. But yeah, he had an opportunity to get the puck out, coughed it up, but you give him credit. Guilt can be the greatest motivator. As McMann then retrieves the puck inside the Leaf line, knocks it loose, and Joe, this is the breakaway speed we'd like to see more of from Bobby McMann. He comes in, he's got Edmondson chasing him on the right side. McMann lets it go. Darcy Kemper gets a good chunk of it, but just enough of it gets through his pads and over the goal line to give the Leafs a 1-0 lead.
Brent Clark may have impaled himself on the left goal post, trying to keep it from going into the net as it trickled through the goaltender, and they're out fixing the spike on that post.
Well, what did we just say about guilt being the best motivator? He was the one that ended up getting caught, and Bobby McMann takes off.
I do believe it'll be an unassisted goal. So McMann gets his 5th of the year. Around on the boards, Joshua. Back to Riley, through center, off a stick it into the zone, but couldn't get it any further. Leafs backpedal in their own zone. Maccelli starts out with a pass up on the wing. Joshua sends it into the zone for him. Maccelli can't get there. Roy did, and then it went back to Carlo, and a chance to step right into one, and it bounced over a stick. Now a shot by Riley. Karam's off a body and goes wide. Two of the Kings get to center. Poked in over the line, broken up by Morgan Riley. And a pass by Maccelli back into his own zone to allow teammates to change. Almost was a blatant giveaway.
I know the game's so much easier up here, but man.
What were you thinking?
Yeah.
Played off a stick and into Los Angeles territory. Bunted around back of the net. Nylander after it. OEL tried to play it back to him. Nylander did a nice job of blocking it, then tried to center in front of the net. But Yarncrook couldn't get the puck before it was cut off. Near side for Cody Ceci. Out at center ice. Played in over the line. Good hit there to stop Jeff Malott from gaining any zone time, and the Maple Leafs bring it back. Yarncrook will dump it into the zone. Midway through period number 1, the Leafs with a 1-0 lead. Doughty got it up on the left wing, and it is shot down into the zone. Oh, bad play there by the goaltender as he failed to block that back of the net, and Hildeby had to make a save as he scampered back into the crease. Domi gets it up on the wing, and the Leafs are out and brought down on the left wing by McMann, who was held up there by Doughty as it goes down into LA territory. Drew Doughty coming out of his own zone. Plays it in off the left foot of the forward as it comes back around back of the net. The Leafs get it ahead, but Domi doesn't get it out, but it'll be cut off and then brought out by Robertson, who circles back now as his team is changing on the go. Bobby McMann's 5th of the season, unassisted at 8:06 as the Maple Leafs out in front, 1-0. Off the boards and Nyes backhands into the LA zone. 35 times the LA Kings have given up 1 goal or less since last season in a hockey game. So
last year they were unbelievable on home ice.
It is 1-0 Toronto, and you're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. Hey, it's Joe Bowen. It's time to sell your car. What are you going to do? Sell it yourself online? Are you sure you want to deal with strangers and all the crazy offers? Dealership?
I want to know I can lose this weight. I want to hear you are not alone. I want clinically proven weight loss solutions. I want a plan that's tailored to me. I want to enjoy my life again. I want to lose the weight for good. For the best weight loss plans, you want Novant. Take the first step at novanthealth.org/weight loss now. That's novanthealth.org/weight loss now.
Get $15 back just for taking care of your vehicle. For a limited time, when you purchase any 5 quarts of Valvoline motor oil at Advance Auto Parts, you'll receive a $15 Advance Auto Parts gift card. A simple way to keep your vehicle and your wallet running smoothly. Thanks to Valvoline and Advance Auto Parts. Offer valid 10/30 through 12/3/25. Must be 18 or older to enter. Limit 6 per household. Open to all 50 U.S. states, D.C., and Puerto Rico. Visit promotions.valvolineglobal.com/advance/gift card for complete details.
Get a year of the biggest moments in sports for 30% off with TSN's Black Friday deal.
Unbelievable!
And TSN Plus is also included for extended coverage and exclusive feeds. Offer ends December 1st. Visit TSN.
Correction. Offside at the LA blue line.
Still early, but the Leafs still have turned the puck over at times you wouldn't want them to. But I also see, and I think this does go back to the last couple of periods in Boston, they've battled better and won some battles along the boards. We done it kind of in one play. Bobby McMann encapsulated both of that, right?
Yep.
There was a giveaway you weren't thrilled with in your own zone, but he battled to get it back and went down and scored on a breakaway.
Flipped into the LA zone, down into the corner. It's pushed around back of the net by Mickey Anderson. Now Doughty trying to get it back to his defense partner, and Anderson gets it out at center, only to have it broken up by the Leafs. Unable to get it in deep, though, was Blais, and it comes back out into neutral ice. Yarncrook trying to force it, and Doughty has an open ice on the near wing and has shot it, but it caroms off a stick and has gone into the crowd and out of play. And this face-off will be brought to you by Alpine Credits. You own your own home and need a loan. Alpine Credits can help. Get approved at alpinecredits.ca.
The LA Kings come here on a bit of a roll, and it seems like every time the Kings are in Toronto, they're on a lengthy road trip. Obviously, they're going to hit a lot of the Canadian teams. They're coming off a win against Montreal. But on the road, they're 6-0-1 in their last 7. After this game, they head to Ottawa, then Washington, and then a little closer to home up in San Jose before returning to Los Angeles. We talked to our good friend Jimmy Fox.
Yep.
Now,
Coniston, Ontario native.
You can't claim him, can you? As Sudbury.
No. Coniston is its own
and Randy
borough.
Yeah, Randy Boyd was a mate of mine.
Yeah. Hey, living in Sudbury, we didn't want to claim anybody from Coniston. Doughty trying to go D to D, has to go out over the blue line. That forces his defense partner back into neutral ice, and Anderson gets it ahead, only to have it turned over again. Doughty has to go back to recover it. Now Anderson back to Doughty on the far side, and the Kings will get it through neutral ice and just chip down into Toronto territory. Riley in the near corner. Got it ahead. Bobby McMann got it to Domi. Domi gets it into the offensive zone. Goaltender plays it away from him, and up at center it comes for Laferriere. That was turned over, brought to the line. Domi's back checking diligently, takes the puck away, and the Leafs get it ahead for Nyes, and Nylander are through center. Played in over the line. Nylander into the corner. Willie wearing an assistant captain's jersey here tonight, as it is played around on the boards and out at center ice. Played in over the line by Nyes. It goes around back of the net. Nyes is able to cut it off, but is pretty well tied up until Nylander arrived on the scene. Now the scrum with 4 of them there after the puck. It's poked on the boards, and now it comes back into the scrum, which continues until finally Dumoulin got it freed up, and the Kings are able to skate it out at center to the line and in, forcing McCabe into the far corner. Played around back of the net. One of the Kings lost his stick in the fray, and a pass to the far wing is spun off the boards to find Nylander. Willie brings it to the line and in. Holding, played it into the slot area. Tavares got it in front of the goal, jamming at it, and he shot it just wide. Kept alive at the point, kept in by McCabe. Round into the near corner, and the Kings are going to get it elevated out at center ice. Great players when they get the puck, they fort, and then he gets Tavares in tight. John couldn't quite get it around the goaltender to stuff it home, but it was in Tavares territory for sure. Here the Kings back in the offensive zone. Doughty gets it in around back of the net. Armia trying to center in front. Good play made there by Michelli to deflect it and get it wide, and now gets it out at center ice. Doughty spinning away from Roy. A pass on the far boards. Looked like it was going to go into the bench area because the Leaf door was open, but didn't. And now here's Robertson on the left wing to the line and in, trying to flip it in for Domi, but it bounced over his stick, and the Kings get it back out at center ice. And then a pass made there on the stick of Mermis was intercepted, and it's cleared now by the Leafs, but it'll be an icing call, and it'll be brought back. Dakota Mermis in the lineup tonight. Chris Tanev still not available. Austin Matthews not available.
How about this, though? 4:24 left in the first period. Shots on goal, 4-4. And I bet you Craig Berube couldn't be happier. And I mean, even if you're not up one.
Breaking out the champagne.
I mean, even if it was still scoreless, I think he would be thrilled.
Riley Took a hit to make a play, but it's cut off by Corey Perry, who gets it back to the point. Shot in traffic, didn't make it through. Murmas with it on the far boards, and he's going to get it to the line, but not out. Kept alive for Perry. Perry, a nice move, and then a good block by Riley as it went into the corner. Corey Perry back at the net, being chased by Domi, but gets it back to the point. D to D, it'll be Ceci at the near point, getting it to the side of the goal. Perry after it again, and Domi was slow to get to it. Just kept in at the blue line by Ceci. That might have been time to take a look at something. The Leafs are going to get it elevated through center ice, and a race for it. McMann almost beat his man to the puck and then was taken down back of the goal, and the Kings player is slow to get up. Dumoulin, as that goes into the side of the goal. Now Dumoulin's got the puck between his feet and just gets back up in the pass in front, and a wrist shot taken there by OEL. Went by the centering pass, they score! Johnny Toronto in his wheelhouse makes it 2-0.
What a tough shift for Brian Dumoulin. Got back, tangled up with Bobby McMann, went down. I think he's saying that he took a high stick in that exchange, was down on his hands and knees, and then got hit with his back to the play, in behind the goal line to the left of Kemper. Yeah, McMann trying to get up, caught him with a stick, but he laid below the goal line and then got hit with a point shot. When he finally got back up, he was late getting to the front of the net, and Tavares had made it 2-0. Honey, how was your day at work?
10th goal of the season for Tavares.
I mean, that's a tough. That's a tough shift.
Minus.
Yeah.
Tough minus to take, right? Oh, wait a minute here. A hooking call now. So the officials must have thought, yes, possibly that was unfair. And the Leafs have taken a hooking call here with 3:13 to play in the first period, and Toronto leading by a 2-0 count. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Bet99 is built in Canada by Canadians for Ontario players. In fact, Bet99 is so Canadian it's an official partner of the NHL. Bet99 has more than 2,500 casino games.
Love, it isn't just one color. It comes in countless shades, different hues. Desert Diamonds celebrate all the people we love and all the shades that make them who they are. In an entire spectrum of unexpected tones, from warm whites to pale champagnes to deep ambers, natural colors that reflect they will always be loved for exactly who they are. Discover Desert Diamonds. A diamond is forever.
I want to know I can lose this weight. I want to hear you are not alone. I want clinically proven weight loss solutions. I want a plan that's tailored to me. I want to enjoy my life again. I want to lose the weight for good. For the best weight loss plans, you want Novant. Take the first step at novanthealth.org/weight loss now. That's novanthealth.org/weight loss now.
Get $15 back just for taking care of your vehicle. For a limited time, when you purchase any 5 quarts of Valvoline Motor Oil at Advance Auto Parts, you'll receive a $15 Advance Auto Parts gift card. A simple way to keep your vehicle and your wallet running smoothly. Thanks to Valvoline and Advance Auto Parts. Offer valid 10/30 through 12/3/25. Must be 18 or older to enter. Limit 6 per household. Open to all 50 U.S. states, D.C., and Puerto Rico. Visit promotions.valvolineglobal.com/gift card for complete details.
1050, everywhere you want it.
Want to say hello to Jessica Osterholm, who is one of our favorites, who works in the video board room just down from us. She is home looking after a very ill puppy doggy, and boy, that's family.
Yeah, anyone that's had to go through that horrible goodbye.
Yeah, and we're thinking of you, Jess. And the puppy doggy too. So Leafs a man short, second time in the period. Perry in on the right side, banks it around back of the net, cut off and sent to the line, but not out by Carlo. Kings in the far corner. trying to come out. Kopitar still with it. Gets it back to the blue line, near side, trying to get a shot. Fiala doesn't. He works it back to the half boards and now into the corner. Fiala banking it off the end boards to the far side. Kopitar back to the point to Doughty. Doughty holds, back to Kopitar, back into the slot. Pass blocked, and now a break for the Maple Leafs. Here's Roy. He's on a Lone Ranger rush, and he's just going to try and shoot it in as the rest of his mates had gone to the bench to get changed. Out come the Kings now to center ice. Sweeping it in on the right side is Perry. Perry looking for Byfield but can't find him. Brought back to the point, kept alive there by Kempe. In along the near boards now for Kopitar. Back of the net into the far corner, back to the blue line to Doughty. To Kempe. Kempe with it again into the slot with a shot. Good blocker save made by the Leaf netminder Hildeby. Round back of the net again for Kopitar. Kopitar into the far corner. Nyes trying to get back onto the point man, but it comes off the slot, down low, centering pass, off the leg, rebound in front of the goal, still free, and it's knocked away by Hildeby. It goes back of the net. Kings get it again under control. Back to the blue line. Kempe looking for the puck there as Fiala had difficulties with it, but he's able to keep it alive. I think he got that off the glove, didn't he?
Might have even caught the crossbar, Joe.
Went off
glove
to the
side.
left side and exploded into the corner. I think that you're probably right.
I know one thing. The 4 penalty killers on the ice knew exactly who was coming out of the penalty box.
I think it was crossbarred. Off the far post. So Willie gets a break but can't pull the trigger on this one, and the Leafs continue to lead 2-0 with 55 seconds left to play in the period. Play it around the boards to the far side and out. Moore in across the line. Works into the corner. Riley forced it wide, and as it trickled to the side of the goal, it is covered up by the Leaf netminder.
Tell you, there's about 3 times now in this period, one guy that I've noticed, and somebody that they need to come through in the situation they're in right now. Max Domi has come back. We just saw him on that play, Joe. Came back hard on the back check, disrupted the play. We've seen him a number of times here in the first period make strong defensive plays.
You were asking me about being up 2-0 in the first period?
No, wait.
All right. At the point, a drive deflects up into the screen and out of play.
I didn't want to jinx it. Not 2-0. I was going to say where they hadn't given up a goal in the first period. The last game I would go back to might be the game here against New Jersey. They were up 1-0 after the first and gave up 4 in the second.
Yeah, well, Nashville, they were up 2-0.
Okay, so no goals against in the first. So it's just goals against. I was looking at when they had a scoreless first period because
2-0. They were up on Detroit at Detroit. Ended up losing 6-3.
That was the second game, right? So, of the season.
Played down into the LA zone.
So only twice?
Yeah,
wow.
I believe so.
Wow.
Bank pass back of the net. Joshua got it into the corner. 14 seconds left in the period. Tavares along the boards for Nylander. That didn't connect. And the Kings have it back at their own goal. Doughty up on the right wing side. And play is going to run out.
And you, like I said, you're Craig Berube. You loved this first period. It was nothing flashy. Nobody was leaving the zone early. Yeah, there was more turnovers than you would have liked in your own zone. And a couple of times failed to get it out, and that has usually been an instant recipe for disaster, the way things have gone of late. But they played a smart opening 20 minutes. And sometimes you take some of your best offensive weapons out of the lineup and it finally clicks that, boy, we better be better in our own end and not have to rely on what Austin Matthews can provide us up front.
Giveaways in the first period, Toronto 6, LA 5.
All right, well, what was it in the other night? It was something ridiculous, both teams, right?
I don't want to even think about it. That's past.
Yeah.
It's history.
Now,
that has nothing to do with what's going on.
We have
here.
2-0 leads have not exactly been a lockdown, whether the Leafs were down 2 or up 2. Let's hope the next 40 minutes can shift that in a different direction.
We will step aside. Jim Taddy joined by Cameron Gauntz tonight. And the Leafs with a 2-0 lead on the LA Kings after 20 minutes of play. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Pizza lovers know sometimes you need more than a medium. So 2-for-1 Pizza offers their large 2-topping pizza special. 2 delicious toppings, 1 large pizza for just...
Oh, triple treat, how lovely are your pizzas. The triple treat box from Pizza Hut is back. 2 medium pizzas, breadsticks, and dessert starting at $19.99. It comes in a festive box, and it's the only meal that holidays as hard as this song. Oh, triple treat, heck yeah, we gonna eat some. The triple treat box, available for a limited time, only at Pizza Hut. Feed good times.
Get $15 back just for taking care of your vehicle. For a limited time, when you purchase any 5 quarts of Valvoline motor oil at Advance Auto Parts, you'll receive a $15 Advance Auto Parts gift card. A simple way to keep your vehicle and your wallet running smoothly. Thanks to Valvoline and Advance Auto Parts. Offer valid 10/30 through 12/3/25. Must be 18 or older to enter. Limit 6 per household. Open to all 50 U.S. states, D.C., and Puerto Rico. Visit promotions.valvolineglobal.com/gift card for complete details.
Ah, the Florida coast. Vrbo has over 57,000 exclusive vacation homes on the Florida coast. That's 57,000 vacation homes Airbnb wishes they had. Make it a Vrbo for your next Florida coast trip.
TSN and CTV are hosting Canada's biggest party.
Time for the Grey Cup.
Featuring the Bud Light Grey Cup halftime show starring MGK.
It's showtime.
The Grey Cup, Sunday, November 16th on TSN and CTV.
Get $15 back just for taking care of your vehicle. For a limited time, when you purchase any 5 quarts of Valvoline motor oil at Advance Auto Parts, you'll receive a $15 Advance Auto Parts gift card. A simple way to keep your vehicle and your wallet running smoothly. Thanks to Valvoline and Advance Auto Parts. Offer valid 10/30 through 12/3/25. Must be 18 or older to enter. Limit 6 per household. Open to all 50 U.S. states, D.C., and Puerto Rico. Visit promotions.valvolineglobal.com/advance/gift card for complete details.
The fine people who make Maryland's beer, wine, and spirits hired the best local spokesman, me, a singing crab. Don't think I can sing? Hold my beer and wine and spirits.
From the mountains to the shore, you deserve the best of pours. Make mine a Maryland.
That's right. Find your pour at MakeMineAMaryland.com.
Hi, Tom Selleck here. I've spent my whole life making choices I can stand by. And when it comes to protecting my money, I choose Goldco. Look, I gotta tell you, not all gold companies are the same. A friend of mine recommended Goldco, and I gave him a try. They make it easy, secure, and most importantly, they put you first. So, if you want to learn more, visit TomLikesGoldco.com.
The biggest songs in the world. You've heard them countless times. Now, learn the details of how they came to be. Join Ruby Carr for Encore, the stories behind the songs you love. New interviews and newly unearthed archive footage make for a fascinating weekly deep dive. Stream Encore, the stories behind the songs you love on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts. Everywhere you want it. Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey is on TSN 1050 and the Leafs Radio Network. The Leafs live here.
When we've had some good stretches, some good play, when we're doing things well, just have to be emphasized even more, which obviously been a bit of a rut here as of late, so great opportunity tonight for us to come together, everyone to kind of step up. And
Pass in front, and a wrist shot taken there by OEL, went by the centering pass, they score! Johnny Toronto in his wheelhouse makes it
2-0 for the Leafs over the Kings after 20 minutes of play. TSN After 20 brought to you by Subaru. This fall Uncommon comes standard. Welcome back to Scotiabank Arena. Jim Taddy and Cameron Gauntz with you. Cameron, those 2 goals, little things. McMann's all over both of them. First one is, a turnover. Actually, a Leaf turnover turned into a Kings turnover, and McMann took it from his blue line, the length of the ice, and just powered it in. And then the Tavares goal is actually created by McMann going down and forcing the issue and turnover, and then it's in the net. I mean, just small things, right?
Yeah, and you were talking about before the game when you mentioned defense leading to offense. On that first one, yeah, there might have been a small turnover in their own zone by Leafs, but because they were all in defensive positioning, Kings had nothing to do with it. Leafs were able to get the puck back, win a puck battle. McCann's able to show the speed that he clearly has to get that breakaway. On the second one, Domi with the wonderful flip to start the whole play. If we go back to when Domi had the puck in his own zone, they couldn't get it out a few times. He made the smart play to just get it down the ice. Get it down the ice, punt, live to fight another day. McCann shows off his speed yet again, and they're able to get that goal. McMann, not McCann.
That's all right. and so welcome to broadcasting, because sometimes you'll have somebody in your life who has a similar name than one of the players, and you impose your friend's name.
You're nicer than I would be to me.
Well, that's believe me, I may have done it once or twice. McMann was big part of that. But you mentioned there, I mean, their play in their own zone was pretty good. It was pretty supportive, wasn't it?
It was much better this period. They seemed to do, and a lot of I remember at one point in particular, there was a rush where Moore took the puck wide, and it was a bit of a play. It was a communication play where Domi and Riley both had to make a decision on who was going to go to him. Domi fell back. Riley saw the decisive play. He got to go take him. Now, Moore still got a shot from the outside, but again, a shot from the outside when you have an NHL goalie in the net is fine to give up. You're fine to give up those chances. It's when you try to do too much, then you're susceptible to the bigger play in the middle of the ice. And this time, Domi fell underneath, gave up the shot, and they lived to fight another day. And they did that a lot that period, where they were taking away the more dangerous opportunity for the Kings and leaving them with something from the outside.
I call this playing the game. So the Leafs took advantage of what was given to them. They didn't give much away. And I'm going to revert this to golf. If you stand over the ball and say, I'm going to do this, guess what's not going to happen? You're not going to do that. So like, if you try to impose your will on the other team, if you just play with what's there, it's more effective, isn't it?
Yeah, you have to take what's given to you. And that period, I think the Leafs did a very good job of it. It's relatively low event hockey for the Leafs.
Yeah.
But that's what we talked about them needing to do. They need to start playing some games like that. They've got a top line with some big-time skill. They're going to get a power play here. And when they get these opportunities, they'll take advantage. But you can't force the game. You need to let it come to you. And I thought that period they did a very good job of letting the game come to them.
If I had to pick my favorite play of the period, it would be McMann forcing the issue on the second goal, and then he gets off the ice before it goes in. I mean, that's just taking an extra step, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. That's playing for the team, not playing for yourself. He beats out what potentially could have been an icing. He won a puck battle, and then he changed. He put the next line in an opportunity to succeed. A lot of times in the Leafs this year, they're not doing that. Tonight, you can say that they've done that. They've put themselves in it with a chance to succeed by giving the next line a better chance.
So let me throw this one at you. A lot of times, my experience is things happen because they have to. If you don't have Austin Matthews or Stolarz in your lineup tonight, you've lost 3 straight. You better listen to the coach.
You better listen to the coach, and you better start doing the things he's been preaching, because a lot of times they're looking for someone else to do it. Well, tonight, your big dog isn't there to do it for you. That goalie who last year had a 925, 926 save percentage, he's not there to save your bacon. So you need to find a way to do what the coach has been telling you. And now there's that much more of an onus on you without those guys in the game. And it seems to be what they needed.
We've talked about this many times in this broadcast. John Tavares with 10 goals. This guy on a yearly basis finds a way, even at the age he's at, to keep evolving. This is almost like a different version of John Tavares than we even saw last year. He's off to a great start.
He is doing what he has to do to be a successful NHL player. With him, it's never going to be a question of work ethic. It's never going to be a question about passion. It's just going to be a question of, can he get around the ice fast enough? If there's a puck battle, he's most likely going to win it. If the puck's in front of the net, he's going to find a way to get his stick on the puck and give himself the best chance to score, because his hands are still there, his shot is still there, and he still has that will to compete. Around the net, he's as good as anyone in the league, and he's still finding ways to get there and get himself the puck.
So, 2-0 over the Kings after 20 minutes of play. What do the Leafs have to do to start the second period?
Patience. They cannot go outside themselves. The Kings are going to potentially start to take in a few more chances. The Leafs need to continue to play the way they're playing. Sometimes when you get up 2-0, players can start to think, the team can start to think, well, now, we're playing well, let's try some new things. No. Stay patient. Stay within the structure that you've established from that first period. Let the game continue to come to you, and don't force anything.
Let's go to the eye test. What jumped off the page in that period positively for you for the Leafs in terms of individual effort?
Individual effort that period. I thought Morgan Riley was showing a bit more offensive flair tonight. I saw him jumping up into the rush. I saw him pinching a few times, and it wasn't a bad pinch. So when I use the term pinch, I essentially just mean he was stepping down on the forward in the offensive zone when the opportunity was given to him. In his own zone, like I said in the play with Domi, he took charge. He made a decisive decision to go for a player and have someone else read off him. Too often the Leafs are letting, and again, we talked about before, deferring. Riley made this few choices tonight that were decisive, and because of that, he was able to get to it.
Cameron, thanks very much. 2-0 for the Leafs over the Kings after 20 minutes of play. This is Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on TSN 1050, the iHeart Radio app, and the Leafs Radio Network.
With the NHL app, you can listen to every NHL game right from your phone. And with home and away broadcast feeds, you choose your way to listen.
Watch out.
Sorry.
They're back.
I don't know why you're treating me like the worst moving company in the region.
Get ready for a new season of the homegrown Crave original, The Office Movers.
All right, should we roll?
The hilarious hit series from creators Jay and Trey Richards.
We're building, we're elevating, we're moving up. New space, new contract.
You guys need to go. The client is freaking out.
Where is the elevator?
It's busted.
The Office Movers. New season. Stream now. Only on Crave. Proudly Canadian. Subscribe at crave.ca.
The Country Music Awards are Wednesday, and this year, don't just watch the awards, trade the awards on Kalshi. Think Morgan Wallen's taking home Entertainer of the Year? You could turn $100 into $400. Think Chris Stapleton or Luke Combs will win that same $100? Could win $1,000. Trade every CMA award, entertainer, album, song, and more on Kalshi.com, the world's largest prediction market. Legal in all 50 states. Use code CMA to get $20 free when you trade $100. Kalshi. Don't just watch the show, trade on it.
Started with their idea. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. Our services include professional materials needed to showcase your invention and 3D animation and prototype modeling that help you demonstrate your idea. Get down to the details of your idea with a technical drawing. The InventHelp Databank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Take advantage of the opportunity to get started today.
Call 1-800-353-6013. That's 1-800-353-6013. Again, 1-800-353-6013.
Hockey. It's taken over our basements, our driveways, and our backyards. And at Rona?
The Country Music Awards are Wednesday, and this year, don't just watch the awards, trade the awards on Kalshi. Think Morgan Wallen's taking home Entertainer of the Year? You could turn $100 into $400. Think Chris Stapleton or Luke Combs will win that same $100? Could win $1,000. Trade every CMA award, entertainer, album, song, and more on Kalshi.com, the world's largest prediction market. Legal in all 50 states. Use code CMA to get $20 free when you trade $100. Kalshi. Don't just watch the show, trade on it.
CTV News is Canada's #1 news. Nationally, locally, online, and on the go.
We begin tonight with breaking news.
Trust CTV News. Now, more than ever.
A lot of these are in the first period. Dallas 1-0 over Montreal. Ottawa 2-0 over Boston. Anaheim and Detroit are scoreless. Also, Washington and Florida tied at 1 in the first period. Edmonton and the Jackets are scoreless. Getting set to start at 9. Buffalo and Colorado also at 9. San Jose and Calgary at 10. The Islanders visiting Vegas. And also at 10, Winnipeg in Seattle. In our game, it's 2-0 for the Leafs over the Kings after 20 minutes of play. This is Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on TSN 1050, the iHeart Radio app, and the Leafs Radio Network.
Hey, it's Joe Bowen. It's time to sell your car. What are you going to do? Sell it yourself online? Are you sure you want to deal with strangers and all the crazy offers? Dealership?
I want to know I can lose this weight. I want to hear you are not alone. I want clinically proven weight loss solutions. I want a plan that's tailored to me. I want to enjoy my life again. I want to lose the weight for good. For the best weight loss plans, you want Novant. Take the first step at novanthealth.org/weight loss now. That's novanthealth.org/weight loss now.
Get $15 back just for taking care of your vehicle. For a limited time, when you purchase any 5 quarts of Valvoline motor oil at Advance Auto Parts, you'll receive a $15 Advance Auto Parts gift card. A simple way to keep your vehicle and your wallet running smoothly. Thanks to Valvoline and Advance Auto Parts. Offer valid 10/30 through 12/3/25. Must be 18 or older to enter. Limit 6 per household. Open to all 50 U.S. states, D.C., and Puerto Rico. Visit promotions.valvolineglobal.com/advance/gift card for complete details.
The Country Music Awards are Wednesday, and this year, don't just watch the awards, trade the awards on Kalshi. Think Morgan Wallen's taking home Entertainer of the Year? You could turn $100 into $400. Think Chris Stapleton or Luke Combs will win that same $100? Could win $1,000. Trade every CMA award, entertainer, album, song, and more on Kalshi.com, the world's largest prediction market. Legal in all 50 states. Use code CMA to get $20 free when you trade $100. Kalshi. Don't just watch the show, trade on it.
CTV News is Canada's #1 news. Nationally, locally, online, and on the go.
We begin tonight with breaking news.
Trust CTV News now more than ever.
Leafs with a 2-0 lead over the Los Angeles Kings after a period. On goals from Bobby McMann on the breakaway and John Tavares in his office. Wonder if he has like pictures of the family on the desk in his office there right in front of the net. You know.
Well, he has been incredible.
I mean, if you added all of the goals that he has scored and then you measured them, the length
the total
of the rink,
distance? Yeah.
How many rinks do you think there'd be? I mean, he scored a lot of goals, but they're all, most of them are from 2 or 3 feet, right?
Dave Andrechuk numbers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Or we see Corey Perry playing tonight. That would be another one as well.
Yep.
Tavares points in 11 of his last 13 games now. 9 goals, 17 points. And he is, I'm sorry, you want to always try to separate the money part of the game, the business part of the game away from the player. But I think the same thing with McDavid, given a team-friendly deal in Edmonton.
Yep.
And John Tavares doing it in Toronto. I mean, they're kind of adds a different level of respect. They are an added level.
Do you not think that John Tavares will be employed in the hockey industry here if he so chooses at the conclusion of his career?
Absolutely. And on the other side, Jimmy Fox was telling us that Drew Doughty's been outstanding for the LA Kings. You don't measure his game in points, but you know what? Of the top 5 highest paid defensemen in the NHL right now, he's the only one that's won a cup.
Really? Isn't that something?
And that includes the likes of Erik Karlsson, Rasmus Dahlin in Buffalo, Evan Bouchard now in Edmonton, and Zach Werenski in Columbus.
Leafs to the left and the Kings to the right as the puck is down in the Toronto zone. Banked out at center for Nick Robertson. He tried to play it back, but it was out of the reach of Oliver Ekman-Larsson, who was able to get it ahead, and Domi just tips it into neutral ice. Kings Moore trying to get in over the line, lost the puck, and Doughty has to go back to retrieve it for the Kings. Veteran defenseman gets it up, and it's deflected off the stick into Toronto territory, and Hildeby will give it off to his defense, who launches it high through center, trying to find McMann, who was breaking, but it is gobbled up by Brent Clark, and he'll get it off on the wing, and the Kings get it out at center off a stick down into the Toronto zone. Into the far corner for Brandon Carlo. Off the boards and up on the left wing for Tavares. Tavares to center, flips it in wide of the net, goes around back of the goal, almost intercepted, a reverse play by Joel Edmondson. Leafs are able to keep it in now. Brandon Carlo down the right wing, bank pass behind the net for Tavares. Tavares swings it in front of the net, it went off the stick. Trying to find it there was Nyes, but he wasn't able to fish it out of a pair of skates, and it is cleared to center ice. It is Nyes narrowly missed Alex Ferrier with a hit that had him speed wobbling to the bench. Now the Kings get it down into the Toronto zone. A shot taken there by Kempe, went off a stick and wide of the net. Far side now for Kopitar. Got it back to the blue line. Kept in by Kempe. Back in along the boards for Armia. Joel Armia leaves it for his centerman. Trying to get it in front. Went off a stick. Now Nyes trying to get to it but fails. And a turnover in the slot area and a shot. Whistled high and wide. For some reason, goaltender Hildeby doesn't have his stick. Now they're trying to get it to him, but it's cleared to the line and out. And now they will get the stick to the goaltender, and the Kings have it back in their own zone. Dumoulin to Armia. Broken up at the defense and pushed ahead for Nyes, but he's at the end of a shift, and he's going to pump it in before heading to the bench. Roy after it for the Leafs, got it in front of the net, but coming off the bench was Joshua, but he had the puck intercepted. Now the Kings back the other way, work in, and a shot off the glove of Hildeby went wide. Back comes Toronto. Michelli had his shot deflect down into the corner, but there is a slashing penalty, and I would assume, since the Kings touched it, that it is going to go to Los Angeles.
Well, I think this might fall in the 4 out of 10 category for severity, but it'll be the Leafs' first power play of the night.
No, it's Corey Perry, so it had to be good.
Los Angeles penalty. 1 out of 10.
2-minute minor.
But a 1 out of 10 slash from Corey Perry would be 9 out of 10 for most guys, wouldn't it?
Power play for the Leafs is brought to you by Subaru. This fall, uncommon comes standard. 2-0 Leafs on goals from McMann and Tavares at even strength. And the Leafs have got a .500 shooting percentage. Face-off won by Los Angeles, and it is swept out and around the boards. The Kings are 20th in the NHL.
Scored 2 goals, and Willie Nylander hit the crossbar.
They can't adjust things when we've already mentioned that it was 7. It's just wrong. Clark with a long shot that is caught by Dennis Hildeby, and he'll hold for a face-off coming in the Toronto zone to the right. But the Leafs have certainly cut down the gilt edge scoring chances.
So far, yep. I'm going to say something, I hope I don't regret it. But because he's going to retire at the end of the year, I'm saying Kopitar in the lineup for the LA Kings tonight. So his last visit to Toronto. 2 NHL arenas he has never scored on in his career. One is Utah.
Really? Point shot whistled wide of the Leaf goal. And this is the other?
Yep. Not wild.
Yeah. Brought out at center by Riley. Got it ahead. Chipped in over the line by Yarncrook, but the Kings come away with it. And it is out into the center ice area, and on the left wing, Adrian Kempe. Kempe works to the left wing boards, slides it into the corner for Kopitar. Kopitar plays it down in along the corner boards. The Leafs get there first, and now look for some skating room. Yarncrook looked like he had room back of the net, and now helped out by Riley. He'll get it free and gets it out at center, but his pass was a bad one, and it's brought back in by Kempe. Kempe, a shot right on. Rebound stopped again by the Leaf netminder, and then tripped there, and with the puck underneath him was the Leafs' Joshua, but the puck comes free, and now launched to center ice by Brandon Carlo. It's a strange turn of events there, wasn't it? Brought in over the line by Trevor Moore. Moore gets wide, round back of the net, into the slot, and a whistling shot went wide, and the rebound is going to explode out at center ice. Unable to keep it in was Mickey Anderson. Here's Doughty. Left wing feed for Fogle. Warren Fogle in, scores off a wrist shot, top of the circle. And the LA Kings are on the board, and it is 2-1.
And this is not a good one. Fogle he's got a straight down line down the left wing boards. Brandon Carlo backing up but keeping him to the outside. And this is just a simple wrist shot from the top of the left wing circle by the left-handed shooting Fogle. And it sails past Hildeby's glove hand. It goes over the pad. And
it'll be covered up by Kemper.
That's the
force
old.
a face-off back in the LA zone.
Forget whose quote it was, but it was something like goaltending is 75% of the game.
Unless you don't have it.
Then it's 95%.
It is a 2-1 Toronto lead here in the second period. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
At Conestoga Farms, our eggs are more than just eggs. They're a promise from local farmers to you.
Local is near and dear to my heart.
Local means fresh.
Dairy is a beautiful place, but things do happen from time to time.
Crave is the exclusive home of groundbreaking HBO originals, including It, Welcome to Derry, the much-anticipated new series from the world of Stephen King. Go back to where it all began.
There's something bad here in Derry.
It, Welcome to Derry. Stream now, only on Crave. Subscribe at crave.ca.
I want to know I can lose this weight. I want to hear you are not alone. I want clinically proven weight loss solutions. I want a plan that's tailored to me. I want to enjoy my life again. I want to lose the weight for good. For the best weight loss plans, you want Novant. Take the first step at novanthealth.org/weight loss now. That's novanthealth.org/weight loss now.
What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada?
Yes, please. Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/listen and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/listen.
Toronto Maple Leafs over the Los Angeles Kings. Second period. Face off to the left of Darcy Kemper in the Kings goal. Anton Forsberg backing up. And Arthur Akiyama backing up for the Leafs as a shot is kicked away there by Hildeby. Long shot again. Karam's well wide of the net. Nylander unable to get to it as he circles, and now the Kings keep it in with a left wing pass on the near side. Fiala shot knocked down by the glove of Hildeby. The Leafs are going to get it up on the wing, and Nyes will play it off to OEL, who gets it out for Nylander. Nylander has it in his skates right at the blue line. The fight continues about a foot inside the line in front of the LA bench, and it's dug out by the Kings. Laferriere gets it into the near corner. Laid it around back of the net. Can't come out in front of the net. Armia's checked there, but Byfield works to the near side. Byfield working into the corner, gets it back to the blue line, but it's out of the reach of Brian Dumoulin, and it has slid all the way down into LA territory. Nyes trying to force the goaltender into a mistake that didn't happen. Dumoulin gets it out. Shot by Kopitar down into the Leaf zone. Kempe playing it into the corner. In front of the net, a shot that broke the... Oh, I thought it broke the stick of Kempe, but it didn't. But he fanned on it completely. Leafs with it at their own blue line. Tip it ahead. Brought in over the line now for Joshua. Back to the net, too far for Michelli. Roy trying to block it. It comes to the line and out. The Maple Leafs run into one another, and it's the Kings getting it in over the line. And Benoit engages Kopitar, and the Leafs get it free and get it to the line and just out. And now here's a pass up on the right side for Michelli. Over on the left wing, and a shot taken in front of the goal. It bounced over top of the net off a deflection. Back to the point. A wrist shot by Mermis went wide. Kept in at the blue line by Toronto and fed into the corner. Roy couldn't come up with it. And the Kings will get it out. And Kopitar reversing it into the LA zone to allow a change of players to happen. And Doughty takes his time as he finds his defense partner. And Mickey Anderson will get to center and shoot it in. Hildeby out of the goal and then throws it away in the far corner when he had a man that he could have maybe played the puck to. But now the Leafs do get it free and get it up on the wing, and Robertson dropping it back for OEL. Off the stick of McMann into the LA zone, but the Leafs don't get possession. Kings back of the net in the LA end. 10:13 left to play in the second period, and the Leafs leading by a 2-1 count. Alex Turcotte gets it down into the Toronto zone. Back of the net for Morgan Riley. Up on the left wing, boards it comes, and now Carlo will carry on and deflect it in over the line off Sammy Blais into the LA zone. But again, the Leafs forecheck doesn't get there to regain possession. Kings will shoot it into the Leaf end. Riley on the near boards, playing it back to the net, but it'll be grabbed by Trevor Moore. He gets it back to the point. Edmondson, a shot in traffic. Where's the puck? Finally a whistle.
It might have been under Hildeby, but I don't think he knew it. The Kings looking for the loose puck in the blue paint behind the Leaf goaltender. And fortunately, the whistle blows before anyone can get to it.
Well, Kendrick Nicholson didn't know where it was either. But we do now. They'll be faced off in the circle to the right of the LA or the Toronto net when we return. It is 2-1 Leafs. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Head to Maple Toyota to test drive the leader in hybrid design and technology, the Toyota Prius. This plug-in hybrid can go up to 72 kilometers on battery alone, then seamlessly.
I want to know I can lose this weight. I want to hear you are not alone. I want clinically proven weight loss solutions. I want a plan that's tailored to me. I want to enjoy my life again. I want to lose the weight for good. For the best weight loss plans, you want Novant. Take the first step at novanthealth.org/weight loss now. That's novanthealth.org/weight loss now.
This is your Gold Report, brought to you by Goldco.
Gold prices have reached a historic milestone, briefly surpassing $3,500 per ounce. This surge reflects a significant increase of over 30% since the beginning of the year, positioning gold as a top-performing asset right now.
Call Goldco at 855-GOLD-IRA to claim your complimentary 2025 gold and silver kit and ask how you can get unlimited bonus silver, tax and penalty free. Goldco. Call 855-GOLD-IRA. That's 855-GOLD-IRA.
Get $15 back just for taking care of your vehicle. For a limited time, when you purchase any 5 quarts of Valvoline motor oil at Advance Auto Parts, you'll receive a $15 Advance Auto Parts gift card. A simple way to keep your vehicle and your wallet running smoothly. Thanks to Valvoline and Advance Auto Parts. Offer valid 10/30 through 12/3/25. Must be 18 or older to enter. Limit 6 per household. Open to all 50 U.S. states, D.C., and Puerto Rico. Visit promotions.valvolineglobal.com/gift card for complete details.
You want it.
2018, I was very fortunate to be bestowed the Foster Hewitt Award for broadcasting by the National Hockey League Hall of Fame. And I shared the dais that day with Larry Brooks, who won the Elmer Ferguson Award for sports writing and hockey writing. And Larry Brooks passing today, 75 years young. And our condolences to the Brooks family. Boy, he was quite the character in New York. And his legendary battles with John Tortorella were often recorded by the print or the
known as Brooksy.
Brooksy, yeah. Brought out by Toronto to center ice. Roy across the line, works into the corner, drags it around back of the goal, stops up, looks for an outlet, now trying to pull his way to the front of the net and almost did it. Kept in at the blue line on the far side by Dakota Mermis. Now the Leafs in the far. Joshua trying to come out of the corner. Roy tries to help him out, but Joel Edmondson is there as the Kings break up the cycle, and Laferriere will get to center ice. He'll shoot it into the Toronto zone. Mermis playing it around back of the net. His defense partner gets it up on the wing, and Nylander trying to get it out, has it blocked. Dumoulin trying to keep it in. Nylander couldn't come up with it. Mermis takes his man to the boards. Tavares trying to help out. Mermis again takes his man heavily to the boards. The puck still free, though, in the near corner. Centering pass intercepted by Nyes. Nyes will work it up on the wing and get it around on the boards, but Tavares now has to hustle after it, and the puck remains in the Toronto zone, but now brought out by Tavares as he looks to play it ahead. Oh, and it was knocked out of midair about waist high, or Nyes might have been in alone. Mermis and Tavares coming away with the puck. Both teams trying to get a change orchestrated. And the Leafs will get it ahead. Tavares with a pass across the line. Nylander on the right wing tries to play it into the corner. And it goes around for Domi in the far boards area, but they can't get to it. And the Kings will just play it out at center ice. And Toronto comes back into its own zone to gain possession. Off a stick and down into LA territory again. Racing in there after it was Robertson. And then trying to make a move. Bobby McMann hit the back of the skate of the LA player, or he might have been able to work right in for a good opportunity, possibly on the backhand.
Don't you like the fact Leafs have been a little better on the forecheck? 4 shots in the first period, not overly impressive, but they scored twice. Only 3 shots here in the second. Kings are out shooting the Leafs 7-3 in the second, 16-7 overall.
But
we'll
16
take
shots. Yeah, let's work with me here, Mr. Ralph. We got to get little improvements in other areas, and then we'll worry about.
Oh no, I said that for the first period. Craig Berube would have taken a scoreless first.
Absolutely. Flip down into the Toronto zone. Riley takes his man efficiently into the corner. Domi now trying to dig it free. Oliver Ekman-Larsson is in there as well. It comes around, and now McMann is going to launch it high down towards the goaltender, who scoops it aside as Nick Robertson was hustling in there. Robertson's skating is very noticeable when it comes to the forecheck, as it's brought in over the line by Trevor Moore. Round back at the Toronto goal, cut off there by the Leafs. Chipped along for Carlo, up on the wing for Steven Lorenz. Lorenz to center, tried to flip it in, but it was gloved by the defense of Edmondson. Back out at center ice, and the Leafs have to regroup there. Played ahead and in over the line, and it's whistled down offside as Sammy Blais tried to bring it in on the right side. 6:16 to go in the second period. The Kings have scored the only goal of the middle canto, and it is 2-1 in favor of Toronto.
I got another one for you. Coming into this game.
Yep.
Well, I shouldn't say coming into this game. This has been for a while. Drew Doughty has played, coming into this game, 31,969 minutes since they've been tracking ice time in 1997. All right, only 4 players have played more than Drew Doughty in their careers.
Wow. McCabe getting it around the boards. Now you're going to have me try and think of this. Is the shot blocked? Played into the corner near side. McCabe slashed at it, but it goes to the far side, but up into the screen.
See, now you got a commercial break to think of it, but I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
2 of them were recently honored.
In the Hockey Hall of Fame.
I can't say any more than that.
5:52 to go, second period, 2-1 in favor of the Maple Leafs. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Wherever Canadians raise a glass, you'll find Molson. There's a good reason for that. When you've been in Canada for over 230 years, you get around in the cups and fridge.
Welcome to
Bigger challenges. Bolder dishes.
Your shrimp is raw.
Stronger competition.
The winner is
MasterChef Canada. All new. Tuesday at 8 on CTV. Stream next day on Crave.
When it's time to scale your business, it's time for Shopify. Get everything you need to grow the way you want. Like, all the way. Stack more sales with the best converting checkout on the planet. Track your cha-chings from every channel, right in one spot. And turn real-time reporting into big-time opportunities. Take your business to a whole new level. Switch to Shopify. Start your free trial today.
Ah, the Florida coast. Vrbo has over 57,000 exclusive vacation homes on the Florida coast that Airbnb wishes they had. That's 57,000 exclusive perfect sunsets for your teen to miss because they're on their phone. 57,000 exclusive patios where Grandpa can man the barbecue in his Kiss Me, I'm Flamus apron. 57,000 exclusive hideouts to gleefully ignore your email. Make it a Vrbo for your next Florida coast trip.
Unmistakably Canadian.
It's the music that raised you.
The artists raising the bar.
Hi, this is Brian Adams.
Hey, my name's Brett Emmons. I'm from the Glorious Sons.
Hi, I'm Nelly Furtado.
Made in Canada. The station that champions Canadian music.
Loud, proud, and all yours.
No passports required. Just press play.
Tap into Made in Canada now on iHeartRadio.ca
or the free iHeartRadio app.
Minutes, or 32,000 minutes after the night. Only 4 players since they've tracked minutes played in 1997. Since then, he is 4th, only behind Zdeno Chara, Joe Thornton. Hard to believe Joe Thornton, a forward, would be in that list, but drafted in 97.
Yeah.
Suter and Brent Burns are the other 2.
Edmondson in his own zone for the Kings. Gets it to his defense partner, Clark. Got it ahead, and a pass forces Edmondson to go back to retrieve it. Now gets it ahead for Armia, and now to the line, but broken up by the Maple Leafs and fed in on the right side. Nylander just getting to the puck, but ran into a traffic jam there and got bowled over on a hit by Armia. The puck in along the boards, dug out by Tavares. Back to the point it goes. McCabe can't shoot it at the net. Too much traffic. Sends it into the round back of the goal. Nylander trying to outmuscle his man for it, but Kopitar is able to get it free, and the Kings get it out at center. Kopitar on the left wing. Got it back into the slot. Good back checking by Tavares to deny Kempe avenue to the net. And now launched high to center ice by Toronto. And it'll be the Kings getting a change in, and the Leafs are going to be in need of one here as Benoit sends the puck around the boards. Pinching in is Dumoulin. Dumoulin now around back of the goal. Dumoulin gets it back to the point. Now into the left wing side for Fiala. Fiala holds, works into the slot area with a wrist shot. That was blocked. The rebound goes to Fiala, and he gets another crack at it. That is stopped. Rebound, scores! Kings get the equalizer, and I'm going to go all the way back to the flip out. You are in need of a change. You don't get enough on it. You only get it out over the blue line. The Kings get a change. Tired group, and they end up working the cycle enough to get the tying goal. And the bathtub is flowing one way, all down to the left. All 4 goals. It's 2-2.
And Nick Waugh was the only substitute for Tavares on that, and Leafs just got caught standing around. Every time the puck rattled off something in front, it went back to an LA stick. And the Kings, who were down 2-0 after the first, have evened things up here in the second.
And are out shooting the Maple Leafs 19-7. Puck back to the net for Drew Doughty. Gives it to his defense partner. Anderson will get it ahead. Byfield. A pass up at center, and Fiala is in on the right wing into the slot area. Backhand stop by Hildeby on a glorious opportunity there.
I know the game has changed where a 2-0 lead was never a lock. But I can't remember a team, Joe, that having a 2-0 lead never felt like a 2-0 lead as much as we've seen this year.
LaFerriere had a great opportunity there on his backhand. Hildeby makes the save, but the Kings have tied this contest at 2s.
That's where the first goal, the 2-1 goal, is painful, right? It wasn't a breakdown or anything. It was a wrist shot off the wing that got through Hildeby, and now all of a sudden the margin of error is 0.
Face-off not done correctly. They'll do it over again. 3:54 to play in the second period.
The last shot the Leafs had might have been Bobby McMann's chance.
Yep.
Never made out in front.
Leafs went 5-1 before this 3-game losing streak, but were outscoring their mistakes on the most of the nights that they won. As an errant pass here by LA is going to turn into an icing call, and it'll be brought back.
You know, part of this problem too is, you know, you make those mistakes defensively, you have the long shifts in your own end, and then you end up taking more penalties in the opposition, right?
Yep.
Everything's related.
Fiala with his 9th of the year to tie the game at 2s. And the Leafs have had just 3 shots on goal here in the second period. And a point shot is not going to make it through, so that won't get added to. Brought out at center ice, chipped back in by Oliver Ekman-Larsson. And now Joel Edmondson comes to center with a pass in on the right side. Danault holds up and gets it back to the point. Edmondson with a shot that doesn't make it through the crowd in front, but the Leafs can't push it up on the wing, and the Kings are going to keep it alive in the offensive zone. Bobby McMann cuts in front of one to get rid of the cycle, and he's going to be able to carry the puck to the line, but then lost it. It's flipped down towards the goaltender, and it's going to be scooped up. Nick Robertson was right there. He roared in on the right side.
As soon as he saw Bobby McMann on the left wing boards right in front of the LA bench, he took off. We've said this before with Nick Robertson. It's never been a matter of working harder, because the work ethic has always been there. It's always been working smarter, right?
Yep.
Getting back sooner, making the smart.
Half a minute to go in the period. Ottawa had it hit a skate, grabbed off and backhanded by Michelli into the offensive zone. Brant Clark for the Kings gets it up on the wing and out at center. Fiala in on the left side. 15 seconds left in the period. Down into the far corner it goes to Lafreniere. Now centering pass doesn't work. It comes back to the point. Dumoulin to the far side. 4 seconds. Long shot. Deflects wide of the Leaf goal. And that should do it. In fact, it did. Very good at predicting.
Yeah, those last second whistles.
Oh, I'm very good at that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, 21-9 would lead you to believe the Leafs are getting dominated. It really hasn't been the case. They lost some battles in front of the second goal, stoppable goal in the first one, although I guess if you're the LA Kings, right, even though McMann scored in a breakaway, it's one that sort of dribbled through Kemper and into the back of the net. And then the Tavares goal, similar, we're banging around in the first period. Puck kept coming to him, and an open net goal on that. So things pretty even, I think, as far as decent scoring opportunities. Hildeby's been solid, but I don't know if we can say that he's made an outstanding. Either goaltender's made an unbelievable stop to this point of the game. Maybe Kemper off Bobby McMann was the best one late in the second period.
2-1 or 3-2. The score after the Leafs led 2-0 after the first, and we'll ship it off to Cameron Gaunce along with Jim Taddy. You've been listening to Morrison Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
New Virgin Plus spot. Take one.
Get an amazingly affordable phone plan from Virgin Plus. Tyler, I sound like a robot?
Got it. Take two.
Get an amazingly affordable phone. Why do I sound...
I want to know I can lose this weight. I want to hear you are not alone. I want clinically proven weight loss solutions. I want a plan that's tailored to me. I want to enjoy my life again. I want to lose the weight for good. For the best weight loss plans, you want Novant. Take the first step at novanthealth.org/weight loss now. That's novanthealth.org/weight loss now.
Oh, triple treat, how lovely are your pizzas. The Triple Treat Box from Pizza Hut is back. 2 medium pizzas, breadsticks, and dessert starting at $19.99. It comes in a festive box, and it's the only meal that holidays as hard as this song. Oh, triple treat, heck yeah, we gonna eat some. The Triple Treat Box, available for a limited time only at Pizza Hut. Feed good times.
You're a Cummins diesel owner. You know your truck is worth more than just any truck. It's the workhorse that keeps you going. That's why protecting your Cummins diesel is so important. Complete Emissions Recall 67A and get a free warranty extension worth thousands. Plus an exclusive Cummins gift. It's quick, it's easy, and it's protection that keeps your truck going for miles and miles. Visit CumminsRecall.com to schedule your appointment today. That's CumminsRecall.com.
On the road to next summer's historic FIFA World Cup, TSN puts you on the pitch.
Not sure if they come any bigger than this.
Insight, analysis, and everything World Cup. Park the Bus podcast every Tuesday. Available on TSN's YouTube channel.
unmistakably Canadian.
It's the music that raised you.
The artists raising the bar.
Hi, this is Brian Adams.
Hey, my name's Brett Emmons. I'm from the Glorious Sons.
Hi, I'm Nelly Furtado.
Made in Canada. The station that champions Canadian music.
Loud, proud, and all yours.
No passports required. Just press play.
Tap into Made in Canada now on iHeartRadio.ca
or the free iHeartRadio app.
BellAir.com.
Get $15 back just for taking care of your vehicle. For a limited time, when you purchase any 5 quarts of Valvoline Motor Oil at Advance Auto Parts, you'll receive a $15 Advance Auto Parts gift card. A simple way to keep your vehicle and your wallet running smoothly. Thanks to Valvoline and Advance Auto Parts. Offer valid 10/30 through 12/3/25. Must be 18 or older to enter. Limit 6 per household. Open to all 50 U.S. states, D.C., and Puerto Rico. Visit promotions.valvolineglobal.com/gift card for complete details.
Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey is on TSN 1050 and the Leafs Radio Network. The Leafs live here.
Nice, comes out of the scrum with it into the slot area, pass in front, backhand, scores! John Tavares, working overtime in the office tonight, makes it 3-2.
And that's where we stand. 3-2 for the Leafs over the Kings after 40 minutes of play. TSN After 40 is brought to you by 241 Pizza. Order 241's, 1 large pizza, 2 toppings for $12.99 deal today. Call 241-0241 or order online at 241pizza.com. Welcome back to Scotiabank Arena. Jim Taddy, former NHLer Cameron Gauntz with you. And Cameron, that Tavares goal, well-timed. It's exactly what the Leafs needed.
They did. As we talked about before, time management and game management is something the Leafs have struggled with. So if they can get that goal, that can build into the intermission, that can build to the third period. Hopefully we'll see a better third period than that second period.
I mean, they only had 4 shots on goal in that second period. I was saying to you when we were watching the proceedings, at one point they had 6 shots on goal, and they only have 8 in the hockey game. It's hard for me to fathom this Maple Leaf team, or really any team in the NHL, to have only 8 shots on goal after 40 minutes.
It seems like when the Leafs decide to just sit back and let the game come to them, they do too much of the sitting back aspect of it. Yes, you want the game to come to you organically. You don't want to force it, but that doesn't mean you don't try to assert some type of offense onto the other team. You still need to be aggressive in the offensive zone. You still need to play the game to make the other team make some mistakes. And unfortunately right now with the Leafs, when they decide to sit back, it seems like they're all in the back of their skates. Their weight's going back towards their net. They're not on their toes. They're not finishing checks. They're not assertive with the puck. And that's what's going to be. 8 shots after 2 periods is what is going to be the end result from that.
Yeah, I was, at the first period, I said the Leafs were playing the game. I thought the Kings played the Leafs for most of the second period.
They dominated the Leafs for most of the second period. Now, the Leafs are up 3-2. I think that's the biggest thing they have to take away from this. The Kings dominated. We know that they're a mature group. We know they're going to wait their turn. They're not just going to try to force something and put themselves behind the 8 ball. But the Leafs now have to take a page out of their book. The Leafs are leading going into the third period. They need to figure out a way to come out assertive and come out with the same type of intensity they did for parts of that first period.
So let's flip the script around. What were the Kings doing different that they had some success there?
The Kings stuck to their game. It seemed like the Leafs were giving the Kings some more. Like on the first goal, it was just a neutral zone regroup essentially. Took a shot from the outside, and once that goal went in, it seemed like the Leafs took a shrug, all of a sudden took their foot off the pedal, and the Kings continued to play aggressively. The second goal, there was just way too much time and space given. Fiala was able to do anything he wanted on the offensive blue line because Nylander decided to play defense instead of playing a winger like he was. He sat back. He let him have time and space. So once that happened, everyone else is all of a sudden playing catch-up. I talked about it earlier. If you're not going to be decisive in your own zone, people aren't going to be able to read off of you. When that happened, everyone else is trying to do someone else's job, and then no one ends up doing anybody's job, and the guys, there's 5 guys standing around.
Well, on that goal, the Fiala goal, I mean, that was the third of 3 really in-close opportunities within, 4 seconds?
It was just too many, and that's when you just got to take someone. Everybody gets somebody. As Jackie Moon said, everyone gets somebody. And if you're not going to take someone, you have to at least take a stick. And it seemed like the Leafs were just trying to figure things out instead of, again, being assertive, taking action.
Okay, so 3-2 for the Leafs after 40 minutes of play. Are you seeing, how would you grade the 40 minutes compared to the previous nine periods of hockey, the last 3 games.
Well, if we're grading on a scale, it's still better than what they've been because they're still winning at this point. Their first period was better than their second, but there's elements to their game tonight that I still think is an improvement. I've circled Domi a few times because, no, there's not outstanding plays from Domi tonight, but he's made smart defensive reads. He's gotten the puck out a few times. His line mates, McMann and Robertson, both did a good job of getting the puck in. But again, it might not be the flashy play. It might not even lead to possession. But what it leads to is the other team, potentially getting the puck, but it leads to them getting back in defensive posture. It leads to them getting themselves set for what's coming at them. Too often, Leafs have been sporadic, but because of the plays that Domi and a few of the other players up front have made tonight to get the pucks in and out when they need to, they're able to reset.
I think we're always going to talk about the bottom 6 until it becomes a regular bit of offense. So when you look at Waugh, Michelli, and Joshua, what do you think of that line?
I thought it was solid, but Michelli made a few plays tonight where, again, he needs to be harder. There was a few plays in the offensive zone. Yes, you want to show your creativity, but you still need to think about what's going on in the game. In his D zone, he still made a few plays. He made a couple plays to the middle that just aren't going to cut it in this type of game when your team's in this type of slump. Listen, when everyone's firing on all cylinders, guys are playing the way they need to play, guys are seeing things, stepping through the neutral zone with power and with confidence, plays like that will work, but tonight it's not.
So let's go to the fourth line, Lorenz, Yarncroke, and Blais. And you caught this early in the hockey game where Blais was replaced by Nylander in that line. What do you make of that line?
It just looks like a line that was put together today, and it looks like a line that hasn't had much hockey played this year. Lorenz has been out, Blais has been out of the lineup, Yarncroke's been hurt, and when that type of stuff, and he's been scratched, and when that type of stuff happens, you start to see it. Not one of them seems to be comfortable any part of the ice. They're trying. You're seeing the work ethic on them, which is more to say than some players, but at least with those guys, you can see that it's just not there yet. They're figuring their way out through the game instead of letting the game happen. They're just trying to think too much.
So Tavares with 2 goals has 11 on the season, and really the timely third goal to give them the lead. Is that goal enough of a springboard, or do they have to sort of go back to the drawing board to start the third period?
It has to be a springboard. It has to be something that they're in the room right now telling each other, that's what we needed. We're now going to go out, force this game on them. They, the Kings being they, have to score a goal to get back in this game. It's not dependent on the Leafs. It's not incumbent on the Leafs to do anything. It's incumbent on the Leafs to make sure that they stay within themselves, continue to give themselves the best chance to win, and that's by taking care of their own end first and moving forward.
All right, Cameron, thanks very much. 3-2 for the Leafs over the Kings after 40 minutes of play. This is Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on TSN 1050, the iHeart Radio app, and the Leafs Radio Network.
Bet99 is built in Canada by Canadians for Ontario players. In fact, Bet99 is so Canadian it's an official partner of the NHL. Bet99 has more than 2,500 casino games.
This season, everyone deserves a little more, and Mazda delivers with the extended driving range of the CX-50 Hybrid, so you can spend more time together. Standard all-wheel drive in every Mazda CUV, including the CX-5, and room to bring everyone with 3-row seating in the CX-90. Find more reasons to celebrate the season at the Mazda More to Move You sales event.
Every Mazda SUV offers you an elevated driving experience and refined performance. Discover it at Beach Mazda.
Yes, I love this game.
IXL is actually a learning app, but it's so fun, my kiddo calls it a game.
I'm crushing it.
Yeah, you are. He loves the challenge, I love the results.
IXL, the learning program 16 million students trust. Try it today at IXL.com.
Advanced cyber isn't just defense, it's decision superiority. At GDIT, we're accelerating secure intelligence sharing across 40 global partners for faster decisions on the battlefield. Learn more at gdit.com/cyber.
Calvin Gilmore's Carolina Opry Christmas Special, now in its 40th anniversary season, is the Christmas show of the South. A cherished family tradition, this dazzling production welcomes back Moses Braxton and Delvin Choice, joined by 35 of the nation's top artists and the renowned Calvin Gilmore Orchestra in the stunning Carolina Opry Theater, glowing with miles of Christmas lights. Come home for Christmas at the Carolina Opry. Show's now running. Book today.
Get $15 back just for taking care of your vehicle. For a limited time, when you purchase any 5 quarts of Valvoline Motor Oil at Advance Auto Parts, you'll receive a $15 Advance Auto Parts gift card. A simple way to keep your vehicle and your wallet running smoothly. Thanks to Valvoline and Advance Auto Parts. Offer valid 10/30 through 12/3/25. Must be 18 or older to enter. Limit 6 per household. Open to all 50 U.S. states, D.C., and Puerto Rico. Visit promotions.valvolineglobal.com/advance/gift card for complete details.
Get a year of the biggest moments in sports for 30% off with TSN's Black Friday deal.
Unbelievable!
And TSN Plus is also included for extended coverage and exclusive feeds. Offer ends December 1st. Visit tsn.ca/subscribe.
Unmistakably Canadian.
It's the music that raised you.
The artists raising the bar.
Hi, this is Brian Adams.
Hey, my name's Brett Emmons. I'm from the Glorious Sons.
Hi, I'm Nelly Furtado.
Made in Canada. The station that champions Canadian music.
Loud, proud, and all yours.
No passports required. Just press play.
Tap into Made in Canada now on iHeartRadio.ca
or the free iHeartRadio app.
Here's what we have. End of the second period. Dallas 5-0 over the Habs. End of the second. Ottawa 2-1 over Boston. Detroit has a 3-2 40-minute lead over Anaheim. End of the second. Florida 3-1 over the Capitals. In the second, Edmonton and Columbus tied at 2, getting set to start in mere moments. Buffalo and Colorado, San Jose and Calgary. Later on at 10 o'clock, the Islanders in Vegas, and Winnipeg has a late-night game in Seattle. In our game, 3-2 for the Leafs over the Kings after 40 minutes of play. This is Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on TSN 1050, the iHeart Radio app, and the Leafs Radio Network.
Hey, it's Joe Bowen. It's time to sell your car. What are you going to do? Sell it yourself online? Are you sure you want to deal with strangers and all the crazy offers? Dealership?
TSN and CTV are hosting Canada's biggest party.
Time for the Grey Cup.
Featuring the Bud Light Grey Cup halftime show starring MGK.
It's showtime.
The Grey Cup, Sunday, November 16th on TSN and CTV.
Celebrate the season at Barefoot Landing's annual Lighting of the Landing on Saturday, November 22nd. This year's event will feature the Tree Lighting Celebration, which will begin at 6 on the Pepsi stage in Dockside Village and is hosted by ABC 15's Ed Piotrowski. After the lighting, fireworks will light up the sky, and children can visit with the jolly old elf himself, Santa Claus. So join us for the annual Lighting of the Landing on Saturday, November 22nd at Barefoot Landing.
I'm Dylan Playfair. And I'm Tyler Smith. We're putting loneliness in the penalty box by talking to some of our favorite athletes about the importance of friendship. This is Bromance. Bromance is brought to you by Charm Diamond Centers, proudly Canadian-owned and operated. Charm has been part of your love stories and bromances for over 50 years. And you can find Bromance on the iHeartRadio network or wherever you get your podcasts.
A cyber attack can strike in seconds. That's why at GDIT, we built an AI-driven cyber solution that cuts detection and response from 8 days to just 22 seconds. Learn more about GDIT's full-spectrum cyber solutions at gdit.com/cyber.
He's over-delivers. You've got to be 6,500 hospital staff, 1,000 doctors, all doing so much with so little. You've got to be Scarborough, defined by our uphill battle and always striving towards new heights. And you can help us keep climbing. Donate at lovescarborough.ca.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Leafs with a lead as they head to the third period. Willie Nylander playing in his 700th career game. Picked up an assist on the John Tavares goal. And now has 700 career points. Which isn't a bad little statistic to have. Point-a-game player.
Probably a guy, I mean, you're not, because there's always the talk of the core four over the last number of years. Well, the guy that might be overlooked in a number of ways, Joe, in his 45 goals last year, 40 in each of the previous 2 seasons, can arguably be, you make a good point for saying he's been their most consistent and top playoff performer, despite the lack of success in the postseason as a team.
So we get set for the third period. The Leafs with a 3-2 lead. Wouldn't be nice if they just shut things down and outshot the Kings here. Made it a nice, quiet third period. And for the fourth time this year, allow 2 or less in a hockey game. Played up at center, and it is McMann bunting it down into the LA zone. Doughty plays it on the wall and gets it out at center, and the Kings break it in on the left wing. Danault into the slot area now for Moore. Moore with a pass in front is broken up, and the Leafs are able to get it out at center. That's a glove pass off the glove of McMann. Whistle down by the linesman.
Yeah, it's looking at it again. I don't know if it was deliberate. It seemed that it was a bouncing puck off his form. Not that it matters, but with this speed of McMann, I'd have been able to catch up with Domi and get an odd man rush out of it. This line, now it's your number 2 line tonight, Domi, McMann, and Robertson. They had some great stretches last year, but it would always be 4 or 5 games, and then it'd be a step back in the consistency.
Fired in, and a breaking pass in front. Oh my, where's Hildeby gone? Another shot. Wires wide of the goal. Hildeby without a goal stick now. He went behind the net to field a puck, misplayed it, and it came right out in front, and the Maple Leafs, but by the grace of God, are not tied 3-3. My goodness. Played into the corner for Carlo, up ahead for Tavares, and his pass for Nyes has gone down deep defense. Leafs dodge an enormous bullet there. Played down into the Toronto zone, shot back out at center ice by McCabe. Wired back into the zone by LA. McCabe on the boards, trying to get it up on the wing, but it is blocked. Played around the boards, it'll come to the near side to Cody Ceci. His shot is ramping off the stick of Dakota Joshua up into the screen and out of play.
And the tough part with that, Joe, is that we saw it on the first goal that Hildeby was beaten on in the second period. That does not do a lot for the confidence of the guys in front of you. You may not be 100% on tonight. And like I said, I do think fatigue could be a part. Played 5 games with the Marlies since mid-October, and he's now played 4 games in, 6 nights?
Yeah.
For the Leafs.
Played off the boards to center. He went behind the net. It banked out in front, and he had to make a big-time save off of Byfield to scamper back into the goal. Here the Kings back in over the line. Malott with a shot. Pad save made by Hildeby. Puck played back to the blue line, kept alive at the point. Long shot, blockered into the corner, and it is grabbed off and just flipped to center ice as the Leafs are trying to get a change going. Kings back in their own zone. Brian Dumoulin on the right wing side for Cody Ceci. Up at center and to the line. Domi couldn't get it away from one of the Kings. Kept it along the boards by Danault. Philip Danault along to the half boards, had it knocked away, and Robertson digs his way out at center ice and flips it into the zone and hustles after it into the far corner. Had it knocked away, but the Kings are going to get it out. Leafs are going to shoot it right back in again. Doughty to his defense partner. Got it out at center, but a turnover allows Domi back in. Domi got it into the slot area, but unable to lift the stick of the defender was Robertson, or he was in behind. Out back the other way by Trevor Moore. Stood up on a good hit by Benoit. Played to an open corner, but pinching down is Clark. The defenseman tries to slide it in. It's cut off on the cycle, and the Leafs get it ahead to Tavares, and Tavares looks for Robertson. He's going to back. Nice move to get in over the line. In for a shot, and that was stopped in the short side by Kemper. Made a great little move from backhand to forehand, but couldn't quite, kind of ran out of real estate. Didn't have much to shoot at by the time he was in so tight. Ferrier got it to center, and it's going to be fed back down into the Toronto zone. Dumoulin on the far boards. Leafs lead 3-2. We're coming up on 5 minutes played in the third period. Leafs launch it high to center and down wide of the net, and an icing charge is coming against Toronto.
And Oliver Ekman-Larsson had trouble forcing it up the right wing boards. Puck came free, and John Tavares said, okay, enough. And launched a high backhand down the ice, but got the LA bounce. Goes for icing in the face-off to the right of Dennis Hildeby.
Draw to the right of Hildeby, and the face-off won and cleared into the corner. Now Nyes trying to come away with it. He was tripped, but no call, and slid right by the official. Now the Kings trying to center, go back at the net with Armia. Wraparound attempt, it comes in front, where it is covered up by Hildeby.
I tell you, when Nyes was sliding, he got up and looked over his left shoulder at the official as if to say, now? And that is, you know, when you're
Blandina.
Yeah, when you're going through tough times,
you're looking for excuses.
Well,
sometimes.
I think what it is. I mean, this is a stick between the legs. It's a can opener, and Nyes kind of gives it the really. Craig Berube is questioning it, but my point is everything is related, right?
Yep.
Every mistake you make's in your own net. Little calls like that seem to always go the other way.
CC banking it through center, but it's going to be an icing call against Los Angeles.
But then because you're playing so poorly and have so many giveaways, nobody's going to believe you if you say we didn't get a call here. You know, you have to take responsibility for what you can control. But I mean, even the first period at Boston on Tuesday night, Jake McKake slashes a stick in half. It's a slashing penalty.
And
5 minutes later, has his stick slashed in half. No penalty.
And goal scored immediately thereafter.
Right.
Draw one by the Leafs. At the blue line, Oliver Ekman-Larsson back into the far corner. Domi reaches it first, tried to get it back along the boards for Robertson. The Kings break it up, and Armia will start out with a pass over on the left wing side for Dumoulin. He's going to circle back. The Kings are changing after the icing and have it back in their own zone. And now Doughty carries to center. Off to stick it in. Oliver Ekman-Larsson got it freed up, but then another turnover here as Robertson couldn't get it up the boards. Now Domi fights for possession. It goes down into the corner again. Kings with it. A pass back to the blue line. Long shot in traffic. And that was kicked away nicely by goaltender Hildeby. His best save of the game. Centering pass broken up. And out comes Bobby McMann. Just playing it off the boards and into the zone. The rest of his mates have gone to change. Played ahead and off a stick and into the Toronto end. That was a huge left pad save by Hildeby. Into the near corner. Clark getting it down on the end boards. Oliver Ekman-Larsson tied up his man. The Leafs are able to get it ahead and just out in center, but not much further. Lorenz chases his man down, but it is gobbled up by Joel Edmondson. And to the far side, it'll be played back to Edmondson, and he's going to get it up on the wing. The Leafs 3 and the Kings 2 here in the third. Dakota Mermis got it ahead and played it down into Kings territory, just as he was hoping to get a change, but from his side of center, it's an icing, and back into the Toronto zone it'll come.
Well, not to jinx it, but it's been a positive for the Leafs in the faceoff circle. Won 65% of the draws, including John Tavares, who's won 10 of 14.
Draw to the right of Hildeby. Roy scrums the draw and ends up falling on the puck, and then it is grabbed by Yarncrook and fed out, and that won't have enough to go for icing, so the Leafs do get their change. But the Kings pressing here, looking for the equalizer. Clark in on the right side, a pass into the slot, comes back, and now Byfield rolls it to the front of the net, and it was underneath the glove of Hildeby, but somehow came free. Now Nylander back the other way, flipping it in, and that took a funny bounce on Kemper and went just wide. Back to the point, it comes in a long shot, blocked. Rebound, Tavares in front, rebound in on, denies the stick, and as he tried to send it to what was a gaping empty net, it was deflected off his stick and up into the screen.
And not really in the wheelhouse either of Nyes, as John Tavares got tied up in the corner to the right of Kemper and might have got away with throwing a right hand. But he was taken out pretty good as well.
Yeah, Brent Clark gave him a pretty good chop up around the neck. But the Maple Leafs lead at 3-2. 12:36 to go, third period. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Hey, James Duthie from McAlpine Lincoln in Aurora. By all means, go ahead and compare Lincoln to the competition. You may be surprised to see how our luxury SUVs stack up.
At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized, so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 350 plus programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
All your festive favorites. Unwrap the magic of the season, one song at a time. Ask your smart speaker to play iHeart the Holidays on iHeartRadio. Download the free app today. Gifted to you by Sleep Country.
It's never been easier to come and go. Introducing The Ride, your ultimate transportation app. The Ride.
Life doesn't pause when you're sick. Vaccines against respiratory illnesses can help protect you and give you more playtime with your best friend. Depending on age and health status, vaccinations for flu, COVID-19, RSV, or pneumococcal infection may be recommended. Vaccines can help keep you from having a rough time. Learn more at cveep.org/vaccines-protect. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and CVEEP, fighting infectious respiratory disease.
Where you want it.
Leafs 3, the Kings 2. Face off in the Los Angeles zone to the left.
And Craig Berube is going to stick with the Tavares line here.
Now, the Leafs have done what I asked them to do. Just 3 shots against, one of which was the 10-bell save that
yes.
Hildeby had to make because of his own demise. Now a centering pass, blocked on the short side by Kemper. And the Kings in their own zone start out. Kempe got it in and blockered into the corner by Hildeby. McCabe played it up on the boards, but not far enough. Now trying to get some assistance. Backhands again into the corner. Played by Kopitar to the blue line, but intercepted by Tavares, who gets it out at center ice. Kings deflected back towards the Leaf blue line. Brought in on the right side by Laferriere. Laferriere, a drop pass. That didn't connect cleanly with Kopitar. Up against the end boards. And the Maple Leafs come out with it, but now back of the net to the far side for Jake McCabe. McCabe got it ahead. Nylander will poke it through center. Changes coming for both teams. 11:43 to play here in the third period. Cody Ceci in on the right side for Corey Perry. Drop pass and a whistling shot in on goal. Scramble in front, Perry. Stopped by Hildeby. He came across and made an excellent save. Point shot coming. Scramble in front. Hildeby has caught that and holds on with a scrum going on in front of the Toronto goal.
That was Corey Perry that Hildeby robbed. It looked like Perry had an opportunity to fire it into the empty net. And Hildeby, I mean, he was a step ahead, wasn't he?
He came across in a big-time hurry, didn't he?
But Joe, he was over and square before Perry let it go.
Yes, he was. Yep, got the blocker out.
This is the Kings. It's the way they play. Throw pucks to the net, win the one-on-one battles. So the Leafs have now, with that last, it wasn't a great attempt by Matthew Nyes from a sharp angle, their 4th shot of the period. 12 shots on goal total, 4 now in each of the 3 periods.
Leafs have averaged 3.65 goals per game, which is 4th best in the National Hockey League. Right now, their shooting percentage is ridiculously good.
But I know going into the Boston game, they were 31st in goals against per game.
At the point into the corner, Domi couldn't control the puck on the shoot-in, and now Mermis is unable to keep it in as it comes to center, and Robertson is going to send a bouncing shot in. Kemper had to come out and field that before it took a crazy hop on him. Kings get it back in with a long shot, blockered away there by Hildeby, and Robertson has skating room to his liking on the left wing. He's in need of a change, though, and just dumps it in. 40 seconds away from the midpoint of the period. Kings trying to work their way free. Laferriere got in over the line and got a shot away, but it went wide. Tavares trying to scoop it out, has it backhanded out at center ice. Kings have to wait for teammates. Did they wait long enough? Apparently. Down into the corner. Byfield tried to get it in front. Carries into the corner off a loose puck. Has it on the far half wall. A centering pass just deflected wide of the net there by Laferriere. It'll go around the boards and out at center, and Nylander trying to get there, just failed, and then he tried to make a pass for Nyes, who was away, but it was intercepted. Brought back in, and a whistling shot taken by Edmondson went wide. Leafs again in their own zone. Tavares, need of getting it out, does so, and now gets a change started as the Kings will go back to their own blue line, and Moore trying to send it in, sends it down into the near corner. Leafs are able to come up with it, but back of the net having difficulties there with Simon Benoit, but now Michelli will get it free, and to an open wing, Roy circles back in his own zone, and now the Leafs get it ahead, and Michelli overskated the puck but regains. He's in over the line, and high shot was nowhere near the net. Roy playing it into the corner for Michelli. Michelli trying to dig it free. Matthias Michelli, and now on the far side, a centering pass looking for Roy, didn't work, and the Kings will get it out at center to the right wing side. Cody Ceci shoots it in. Changes coming for both teams as the goaltender Hildeby covers up on a errant pass with 8:59 to play in the third period. The LA Kings trailing the Maple Leafs 3-2 here in the third, and you're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
With the NHL app, you can listen to every NHL game right from your phone. And with home and away broadcast feeds, you choose your way to listen.
In the time it takes to respond to an email, a cyber attacker can infiltrate your network. Agencies need to transform data into action fast. At GDIT, we developed an AI-driven cyber solution for the intelligence community that accelerates vulnerability detection and response from 8 days to just 22 seconds. Because when national security is at stake, every second drives your advantage, and every advantage sharpens your edge. Learn more about GDIT's full-spectrum cyber solutions at gdit.com/cyber.
You're a Cummins diesel owner. You know your truck is worth more than just any truck. It's the workhorse that keeps you going. That's why protecting your Cummins diesel is so important. Complete Emissions Recall 67A and get a free warranty extension worth thousands. Plus an exclusive Cummins gift. It's quick, it's easy, and it's protection that keeps your truck going for miles and miles. Visit CumminsRecall.com to schedule your appointment today. That's CumminsRecall.com.
Sunshine and you, and I know that tomorrow I'm getting roasted.
Yes.
I'll be roasted, possibly. Well, I don't know what else, but
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, your sons are roasting.
I know. Yep.
I think it's always a great thing when you can watch somebody's inheritance disappear in one night.
Yes. Yeah. Do you know what I'm going to do with that money?
Well, I would hope we'd go on a trip.
Want to come along?
Yeah.
I believe around the world in 80 days. Leafs get it down into the Los Angeles zone. And it'll be pushed out at center, and Kopitar gets it up on the left wing. Breaking in is Kempe. Good play made there by the Leaf defense as it comes back to the point. Kept into the corner. Kopitar with it again. Being chased now. Nylander faces him up, but it goes back into the corner for Fiala. Fiala will send it around back to the net. It's going to find Kopitar in the near corner. One-handed it in front, but the Leafs get it free, and it is Lorenz getting it out into the center ice area. Doughty going back into his own zone. Another change for both teams. Doughty coming through center. Nylander trying to force him wide. Byfield has his pass go off Corey Perry down into the zone. Now Perry into the corner. Drops it back in around back of the net. A backdoor pass that didn't connect for LaFerriere is up against the wall in the Toronto zone in the backboards as it comes free. Nylander's been on for a while and couldn't come up with it, and now the Leafs trying to get it out and failing. Grabbed off by Nyes. He'll look for an opening. Finds Willie. Nylander will chop it in and does well to do that to get a change of the remainder of the players. 7:25 to go in the third. Perry in across the line. Far side Byfield. Sharp angle shot handled easily by Hildeby. Kept alive by the Kings and into the corner it goes. Trying to come out Byfield. Played it in front of the net. A backhand. And that went wide. Kings onto it again, and now the Leafs trying to stand around a little bit here. Domi crumples his man in the near half boards, but it's still free.
That coming.
Yeah, you sure could, and they just could not make a way to get it out, and it's going to be Brent Clark from the point. Brandon Carlo has to skate back to get it to the forward, and a pass ahead. Roy sending it in. Joshua will force the issue, but it is played out on the wing, and Kopitar gets it to center, and in come the Kings. 31-13, though, are the shots favoring Los Angeles. And when you aren't down in the other end of the rink, at least doing something, killing time, if nothing else.
Yeah, you're playing with fire.
Playing with fire. You got that right. Shot into the Toronto zone. On the wall now for Nyes. Up off of stick to center for Nylander. Couldn't control it. Kings do. Nylander trying to knock it along the boards right at center. Tavares just got it in over the line, but not much further. Dumoulin. Back in the Los Angeles zone. Gives it back to Cody Ceci. Veteran defenseman back to Dumoulin. Kings have gotten their change. The Leafs are doing likewise. 5:22 to go. Leafs have had just 4 shots in this third period. Byfield sending it around the boards to the near side. Brent Clark shot. Domi blocked that and is limping as he gets back into the fray. Tripped up there, but no call. It's played up on the wing, and the Leafs are breaking it out. Launched into the zone then by Bobby McMann. Robertson into the forecheck, but unable to get support. Kings get it back to the blue line and around back of the net. Morgan Riley up on the wing it goes. Kings keep it in with Byfield, but the Leafs are able to dig it free. And McMann has it stolen. Brought back the other way by Los Angeles in a goal. Just went wide of the net as Fogle tried to work in. Back come Toronto. Played up for Jake McCabe. Will shoot it in, but the Leafs are changing it. It seems every time they get any kind of a rush going, it's almost wasted because it's time to make a change because they've spent so much time in their own end. Danault taken down. Out Benoit to Tavares. Left wing feed. Brought in now Joshua. Trying to get it in front of the net. Tavares able to come out of the corner. Back to the point of drive, and a hard shot by Benoit was right into the chest of Darcy Kemper. Maybe not his best save, but I think the one that had the most velocity that he's had to make. was off the stick right there of Simon Benoit. The Leafs 3 and the Kings 3 with 3:53 to play in the third period. And you're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Hey, it's Joe Bowen. It's time to sell your car. What are you going to do? Sell it yourself online? Are you sure you want to deal with strangers and all the crazy offers?
BelAir.com.
Back for more, I see.
Trust can be a killer.
The ultimate battle of wits and deception, where every move could be your last.
The Traders Canada. All new Tuesday at 9 on CTV. Stream next day on Crave.
Introducing Bryan Adams Radio on iHeartRadio. Hosted by Bryan Adams himself.
Join me for an insider look on a wild ride through 40 years of global rock and roll.
Bryan Adams Radio. Now available on the free iHeartRadio app. Or ask your smart speaker to play Bryan Adams Radio on iHeartRadio.
Who's ready to rock?
Kids wanna rock.
With just 1 hour back, what could you gain?
A hobby, human connection, time to create.
What device checks those boxes?
A real camera, the Canon R50V.
Bonus round. The world's most complete creator camera is the R50V. The V stands for?
Video, vlogging, vision.
Canon makes cameras. The R50V's for creators. Visit canon.ca/create.
First up with Korolnik and Koliakovo. Weekday morning 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
You ain't first, you're last. LaFerriere gets the goal that ties the game. It was redirected in front of the net, according to the statistician. Clark with the assist on the point shot. And Dumoulin, the additional assist to tie the game at 3. Game at 13-10. 3:52 left to play in the third period. Oliver Ekman-Larsson ahead for Nyes. Nyes in over the line with Tavares. Nyes makes a nice move to get away. Got us to Tavares again. Centering pass. And that was knocked away. Tavares with it now, getting it back to the point. Riley with a glance over his shoulder. Sends it back from whence it came. But it will be cut off. And then Nyes steals it back. Nyes along the boards. Tavares adding support. Tried to center, but it hit a skate. And now here is Doughty getting it to center and backhanding down into the Toronto zone. And for a change, it's the Kings that have to send it down and then get a change started because the Leafs had a pretty good forecheck going. Let's see if they can continue that. Head fake to center, knocked in over the line. Broken up and Joshua couldn't get it in. Backhanded again by Jake McCabe down into LA territory. A lead pass at center then for Fiala. Brought to the line by Byfield, stolen back by the Maple Leafs, and Michelli skates to center. He's going to shoot it in, and Roy will try to provide some forechecking presence up against the end boards. It comes around on the boards. McCabe keeping it in, knocked up on the boards by Byfield, and he's going to get it out at center. Probably in need of a change as they get it across the line, though. Fiala working into the slot with a shot in traffic that was blocked. A quick pass bringing Robertson to center. Trying to kick it over the red line, but had it stolen back. Corey Perry will launch it high into Toronto territory. Fielding that is McCabe and playing it back to the net for Benoit. Back to McCabe. 2 minutes to go in the third. Leafs and the Kings tied at 3. Kings have doubled the shots on goal the Maple Leafs have had, 32-15. Edmondson playing it out at center, and the Leafs will regroup, and Riley fires it back in, but it ramped off his stick and goes up into the screen, out of play with 1:38 left to play in regulation.
Kings have had some success when trailing into the third period like they were tonight. 1-3-3, so 4 of the 7 times that they've trailed after the second, they've been able to come back and get a point. The Leafs, when leading after 2, are 3-1, but that one was Sunday night against Carolina. And the Leafs saw the third period lead disappear.
Well, they've only 3 times this year managed to keep the goals against down lower than 3 in the game. Now in Nylander. Into the near corner after a loose puck centered in front of the net. Nyes was there, but it was deflected adroitly by Drew Doughty out at center, and now a long shoot-in. Hildeby will steer aside. Laid off a body and in along the near boards, cut off by Doughty. Centering pass doesn't work. It comes back to the point to Anderson. Back into the slot, a shot, and a big save with the right pad by Hildeby. Carlo dropping it off for Riley. Riley starts out. You heard Mike Ross. Less than a minute to go in the third period. Leafs get a change of players. And this crowd, for the first time, kind of getting into it a little bit here as it's into the Kings zone. They'll regroup it to the near side, and Kopitar comes to center and dropping it back. Ceci lost it. Leafs send it into the offensive zone. Michelli forechecking, but it is quickly played around and chipped out at center ice, and a race for it. Laferriere is in. Laferriere waiting for teammates to arrive to support, and then it went off of a Toronto defenseman. McCabe, and Hildeby has to make a 10-bell save to save at least a point.
Do you think the LA Kings know things have been going bad for Toronto? They've been throwing a lot to the net from sharp angles. Of course, Corey Perry. Boy, yeah, Jake McCabe tries to kick
he
this.
Turned his foot.
Yeah.
Purposely trying to catch the puck with his skate so that he could move it, and inadvertently, I hope, deflected that on goal.
And the tying goal went off his stick and in. Huge draw here.
And the draw scrum controlled by Toronto. Pushed along the boards, but the Kings come out with it. Centering pass to the side of the goal. Hildeby is there. Perry was slashing away at it, the side of the goal.
Craig Rubé.
Marvelous career Corey Perry has had. I mean, in the last couple of years, he can't win it, but he gets there.
Yeah, he gets to the finals. The thing with Corey Perry as well, he missed the first games of the season, or 6 games of the season. So he comes in with 7 goals in 11 games, which is his Hart Trophy. You know, over an 82-game schedule, it's over 50 goals.
Draw won by the Leafs. 3 seconds left in the period, and that will do it. We're going to overtime. So the Maple Leafs, who carried a lead into the third period, could not protect the 1-goal advantage, as this tying goal comes off the stick of Laferriere from Clark and Dumoulin, and we are headed to overtime. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on TSN 1050 and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Pizza lovers know sometimes you need more than a medium. So 2-for-1 Pizza offers their large 2-topping pizza special. 2 delicious toppings, 1 large pizza for just BelAir.com.
Derry is a beautiful place, but things do happen from time to time.
Crave is the exclusive home of groundbreaking HBO originals, including It, Welcome to Derry, the much-anticipated new series from the world of Stephen King. Go back to where it all began.
There's something bad here in Derry.
It, Welcome to Derry. Stream now, only on Crave. Subscribe at crave.ca.
The real operation. The outfit.
And you
go to overtime.
Yeah, in overtime this year, Kings are 3-4 games that have gone past regulation time. 2-1 in games that have ended in overtime. The Leafs 2-1 overall. They have not had a game to go to the shootout. They lost to Seattle in overtime. Austin Matthews in overtime over the Rangers, and John Tavares in overtime over the Buffalo Sabres. Here, both games on home ice.
Tavares will start with Nylander and McCabe.
This now, pretty good stretch on the road for the LA Kings. This will be 8 straight road games with at least a point. 6-0-1 and the 7 coming in.
Jim Hiller, who is here, of course, as an assistant coach, the head coach of the LA Kings, and they win the face-off and are down to the right as Doughty starts out with it. Kempe is with him, and the drop pass goes to Byfield. Byfield makes a move and then got a shot away that was deflected by Jake McCabe wide. And now McCabe trying to get it out at center, misses Nyes with a pass, and Nyes replaced Tavares as it comes to the left wing side. Byfield into the slot area. Kempe dropping it back. Doughty looking for a chance. Doughty to the far side, and they score! One-timer from Byfield, and Quinton Byfield wins the game in overtime for the LA Kings, 4-3.
Yeah, both Nylander and Jake McCabe bump into each other in front of the net, and both pointing as who should go where. And by the time they get it sorted out, the game is over. So the Leafs, who led 2-0 and 3-2 in this game, lose to the Los Angeles Kings, 4 goals against again. So that's now 19 goals against in their last 4 games. Outshot 37-15. There might have been some good things, but again, it's that defensive play where they get back on their heels when they were protecting the lead. That, it was a tying goal. I think you're upset with the most, Joe, when you're thinking all of a sudden it was like, oh no, you're in full panic mode, you're in retreat mode, you're not forcing plays along the boards, you're not engaging in one-on-one battles, you're sitting back trying to block and protect. And there was way too much time to go in the third period to be doing it. 6:50 left on the clock when the Kings scored the tying goal. And you got your big guys on the ice and a communication error between Jake McCabe and Willie Nylander. I was a little surprised McCabe ahead of OEL or Morgan Riley to start overtime. But Leafs get a point, but not much room for moral victories at this point.
Sort of like having a leak of your toilet and you don't know whether to mop it up or find out what's wrong with the toilet. It's just, you don't know where to kind of start. And right now, the bottom line is they're giving up too many shots against. That's 37 for the Kings. They had just 15. Now they're in the game, and I understand they're trying to do some things.
They were probably guilty of playing the score, trying to protect the lead too much. We're up 2. We should have enough. It did hurt the first goal against for the Kings. Everything was going around pretty smoothly. They weren't getting into a whole lot of trouble. Then you give up a wrist shot off the wing. It's 2-1, and you can see that the crack started to show again, where should we all collapse and try not challenge, not get caught out of position? Can we trust what we've got behind us? And eventually the LA Kings were able to take over the game. Like you said, with the shots on goal, finally tie it. And by the time he hit overtime, you almost felt like the Kings had already won it.
So the next action is not until Saturday, and the Maple Leafs are in Chicago. We'll have that action for you right here on TSN 1050 beginning at 7 o'clock on Saturday night. The Leafs need to get something going positively here because as they say, you probably can't win a playoff spot this early, but you can certainly lose one. And that's something that they have to guard against right now because they are 4 games without a victory and things not going in the right direction. And hopefully there'll be some good news from the infirmary before Saturday.
Yep, and you got more road games coming up, and you got better competition coming up compared to what teams did last year. So maybe this is one of those games. Remember Florida, after they won the President's Trophy, went out in the first round. The next year they make the trades. They start the season, and they're horrible. Get in the last day of the regular season because Pittsburgh loses at home to Chicago. They go to the Stanley Cup Finals, lose,